What up? I failed to get this set up right. Let me get this set up.
You take chase down artist, anchor, all that shit out the game. But if somebody get a 99 block, it's like, all right, well, what triggers a chase down block? What triggers
Facts,
protection for the game? It's like, how do you balance that out if you don't have badges in the game?
facts. Because I think, bro, I think what badges really do, I think badges help like certain animations and stuff like happen more often. Like, so for instance, let's say I have Hall of Fame speed booster. Like me having that on Hall of Fame is gonna give me those fast boosts. Like it's gonna give me those animations more often. So I think like badges mainly determine.
Yeah, we gonna run through some PUBG while we listen to iPod's Twitter Space.
That like low key, I think that's what badges mainly do. Like they give more of a tendency, basically, like the tendency that this happens or the tendency that this animation happens. Like, I think that's what they do.
I got a question for y'all. This I don't know if anyone have noticed or seen. Like so far, I don't know who in here went to community day, and if you did, I want to know this: has any creator out there made like a? It's gonna sound ridiculous, like actual 2K24 type of build? Because from all these different videos that I've seen, like it's all of them are like looking for a 2K23 type of build they creating. Like it's just like as if they're trying to create a 2K23 type of build more so than a 2K24 type of build. Is there like a video out there I could see like what a 2K24 build would look like? I know we got to wait till the
Um, I
game actually
it
came
it
out.
depend. Who have you watched so far?
Like I just been on. I live overseas. I live in London.
Mm.
So like I don't know everybody in the
Oh, we
community
got
out there.
Euros.
I just
We
saw I
got the
follow a couple
Euro
people
twit.
on here, and then next thing you know, I follow iPod because I watched I think seen some of his videos,
Mm.
and I seen some other people's videos, but it's just like
Yeah, that's
they
what we
just
needed.
it came on my feed. I was like, oh, about 2K24. Let me just listen out
Um,
face. So I haven't fully seen everything, but I haven't seen anything that would be like, okay, this doesn't look like 2K23 type of build. That makes sense.
I think the reason people was making like 2K23 type builds though is because low key like right now that's all they really know. Like that's all they can really go off of. They can't like at community day, for instance, for like during the wreck and stuff, they couldn't change animations, jump shots, they couldn't change badges and stuff. So I think they were mainly going for 2K23. I don't even think it's that they were going for 2K23 builds, but it's like that's all they know for real. That's what it's based off of. So they were making them builds that fits their play style. But it is a few people that I don't watch that I didn't see actually make 24 builds. Like I watched Double H. Um somebody named Solo. If you look up Solo DF on YouTube, I watched him. I watched Tough NYC. Like it's a few people who actually made some good builds, but most of the builds, bro, I feel like it was just people throwing shit together, to be honest.
Yeah, because personally for these builds, right? So you know how like a 23, 22, there was a meta build.
That's
We didn't know
true.
what
I
the meta
felt the
builds
same
were when
way.
22 wasn't out. We were making it based off a 21 build. So when 22 comes out and they make a meta, that's what the 22 build would look like.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
24, they're trying to take out all the meta stuff. I don't know if there's gonna be a meta or not be meta. I really hope there's not because I want to see different type of builds thrive. I feel like everyone wants to see builds thrive. I don't want to see a two-way three-point shot creator every single game. It gets boring to play the same build over and over and over again. So I want to see other builds thrive, but we don't know how 2K24 is going to play. So we can't say, oh, that's the meta or that's 2K24 build because the game hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just that you feel me. They was going off what they knew from what they knew the previous year, and I think that's actually a good thing because a lot of people were saying like you even heard LD say I don't know if you was in here when LD was in here speaking, but LD even said like he want them to break the builder. So them making those builds that we had last year that they know people gonna get on the game and try to make, like being able to figure out certain stuff about them builds now is definitely gonna help when the game come out.
Somebody definitely gonna break it, bro. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, facts. It's gonna
Oh,
be rough.
there's a whole community. There's a whole community for breaking stuff. All like this is like I feel like my boys in it. There's like 20,000-30,000 people in the Discord. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
wild.
gonna happen. Go ahead, Sinner.
Nah, I was gonna say like our community day, like I think they made the worst builds on purpose, bro. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think like they did it on purpose. So like I feel like 2K told them to make the worst builds, bro, on purpose, bro. Because I'm like, there's no way they don't got that knowledge where they make a build with a 50 speed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, but then what you gotta look at is the difference, bro. Look at the people who didn't make ass builds and look at the people who made ass builds. The people who didn't make ass builds are obviously the people who was sitting on the builder really labbing the whole time. Cause I don't know if you know, but in a lot of videos that of the people that I was watching, they were literally saying some people were on the builder the whole time and some people was on the builder for a little bit, walking around, doing other stuff, and then trying to get their content at the same time. So I don't think it's necessarily 2K told them to do it on purpose, but it just depends on who you watching. Like some people actually, their whole purpose of going to community day was to break the builder, so they were in the builder the whole time. Some people that wasn't their purpose, so that's not what they were doing. But they got their content on the builder anyway, so they put out what they put out.
Bro, listen, advice to anywhere in the space, but do not make a community day build. Do not do that, bro. Because your build is gonna be trash. Like just wait until the game comes out. Wait and find your play style.
It's exactly what I was saying. I was saying that.
Like, builds based off community day builds, because I mean I went to community day last year and I even make my own build, bro.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I don't even think people really do that often.
Like personally, in my opinion, I mean, everyone's getting content, right? Everyone's gonna get builds. I'm gonna say, "Oh, this is the best lock build. This is the best PG build. Whatever it is, whatever your play style is,
Anybody
get
over
that
here?
23 mindset out of your head. That's the game's not the same. It's nowhere near the same. Whoever says it's the same, go play current gen. Like, just go to current gen. But the thing is you got to think about is what is your play style? Are you a good lock? Are you good playmaker? What are you good at? Right? What do you enjoy playing and what are you good at? That's where you have to go into 24. You got to think about that, because if you go and be like, well, I have fun playing inside center, but I'm good at shooting. I'm a good shooting center. Do a good shooting center. Why? If you want to be good at the game, fun and being good at the game is going to be tying together this year. That's just how it is. Every year, being good and tying together is the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got DJ.
Oh no. Dame had his hand raised.
We got a couple hand raises. Hold on one second, Dame. I brought John up, so let John get his first, Dame, and then I got you.
All right, yeah. My main thing that I wanted to know is affiliations has a boost this year. Obviously, I heard talks that they might change it. I don't know if that's just people talking in the community, but I was wondering what you guys think the boost is actually going to be and how much that's going to impact builds early and later in the seasons.
Right now, well, we've been lately, like the last few days, we've been on Twitter trying to like find a exact number as far as boost. People saying, like, some people say 5, some
What did
people
I
say
do
3,
with the?
some people say 4. Me personally, I was one of those people who was obviously saying 5, but then you feel me, that was just me being a little bit biased because I know that's gonna help me out. But I think 3 would actually be like right in the middle, because 3 would like, it wouldn't allow people to be able to go inside the building and really break it. Because if you give 5, I think you're giving people too much of an opportunity to make a certain build and know that, okay, I'm gonna get that 5 off the affiliation booth regardless. So I'm gonna make my build like this, and then I'm gonna get driving done, or I'm gonna make my build like this, and then I'm gonna still be able to get 99 shooting or 95 shooting. Like, I think it's a less opportunity of people to break it if it's 3, but we haven't got the exact number yet.
All right, that was it.
Yeah, I've always felt the way about it, because on one hand, I want 2K to tell us everything that we get with everything that we do. For instance, how much we get with a goddamn arm sleeve, and if it's going to help our badges or attributes, or what we get from the store as far as animations go. Then when we talk about the actual perk boost, I always think to myself, like, if you give somebody +5, are you going to tell them that it's +5 on a base? Will that base help their actual build in a way to get extra badge badges? Is that going to help them to get extra animations? And then I think about what the hot hand thing and all of that is, because what our takeover perks don't do this year is they don't help us offensively or defensively. So now that takeover perks are not in the game, such as juice and, you know, accelerator and all that stuff anymore, it's I feel like they're trying to give us boosts that help us along the way, like those old takeover perks used to. So I just feel like maybe it'll help our attributes some, but I just don't think that they should allow us to get more badges or more animation simply because the builder is so strict. If the builder is so strict the way it is, why would they give us these perk boosts to get, you know, badges and animations that we weren't supposed to get in the first place? You see what I'm
So my iPod, but do you not like that idea?
No, I don't like that idea because that just turns more people into cheese balls. You already know it. You try.
I mean, plus three. I don't think plus as long as it's not tremendous. +5 is OD, but I think like a +2, +3 wouldn't hurt. To be honest, a +2, +3, I think that's in the middle. But
Let's
+5,
Let's do this, Red. 89 ball handle +3. Now you get all the best animations you need plus the new badge tier. What's up?
You need 95 for 95 for the best animations. He said, and let's not mention like the speed. You still like speed with ball. The speed with ball got to be up there this year too. So he attached the speed with ball. So if they're gonna work the system, what I would do, because I'm gonna be honest. The only way you could really have a cheese ball is like if they can dribble. If you can't really dribble on a big person or a big guard, you're kind of limited, because for you to get to that point, you know, the dribbling takes you to that next level, kind of like the 6'9",
that is facts.
like the 6'9", right? The 6'9" was if the 6'9" couldn't dribble.
Shooting
Go
boost,
ahead.
right? We're talking about that too. You can use it the way. You could say just how he used the threshold thing of 95 versus 96. You can go in with a 93 and get a 96, and now you got limitless on goal. What we talking about?
How you get a 96? How do you go from a 90 to a 96?
I just said 93.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like either way is designed for us to break the system they built, right? Is it?
Sorry to interrupt, but what if the affiliation boost doesn't change your badge potential, just your attributes?
I mean, that's what I'm going for.
I think that's how they're gonna make it, honestly.
I rather that than anything, simply because this is what you do. The 2K built the system that allowed it to be strict on people, right? And then they also built in a new system that allows people to get certain attributes from certain parks. Don't you think that people will go to a certain park just to break their build and make it better? And then now there will not be any real like competitiveness because everybody's going out for the same thing.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I guess like I said, I feel like that's why they haven't gave us an answer as well, though, because of how it is. Don't get me wrong. Like the thing about it is they don't give us, like, let's just say they don't give us a plus, right? And it's just the boost. But you remember, like, even like when like back then, like, bro, we didn't have a number and people were literally speed boosting with 6-2 sharps just because they went to Sunset. And Sunset, they didn't even have a playmaking boost, which was weird as hell. And that was like a random thing that people found out. It was like, what the hell, like, you know. But I don't know, man. I get what you're saying. It all comes down to the builder, like. And then on second thought, right? Like, I really didn't want to get on this topic. Well, I didn't get to hear about this topic, right? Another thing is that, Champion Dudes, I'll send y'all an invite if y'all want to pop up. Another thing is, right, is with these builds, like the everyone in the thing said they went over there. They said like because everyone said these builds are ass. So it's like, are those is the builder really that strict if those builds are ass, or did they just not did they have enough time to finesse it? That's my question. You get me? Like, that's my question with the builder. You know what I mean? Like, everyone, that's my honest question to it. Because let's just say the builds they made, that everyone said the builds are ass, right? Let's just say they are. Let's just say the builder's really that strict. That +3 wouldn't do no damage, to be honest. If the builder is as strict as they say.
It would though, Red, because remember, like, I'm gonna keep saying this the entire time. You want to make a specialist build. The reason why you want to be a specialist in a certain thing is because you know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, you'll be good at that thing. everybody is going to try to make a 6'6" to 6'7" to 6'8" build that kind of does a little bit of everything. We already know that because 6'9s are now dead in the water. They don't get certain things defensively, and they don't go.
Hey, they just not to cut you off, how fucking iPod, but they literally just confirmed it. Like Zach just said, attribute boosts from affiliation rep do not contribute towards animation or a badge.
Thank you, Zach, for putting that out there. I appreciate you for listening or getting to ask a question from somebody from this.
Oh my gosh, no.
But see, that's the thing. That's why these spaces are really good, because if we keep hitting our heads up against the walls with each other and it becomes an argument between who wants it and who doesn't, like now we know. Now it's like, okay, great. Like
that easy in a second,
bro. It's that somebody give me that tweet so I can retweet it and let's see.
Yeah, it's a reply directly from Zach, but I mean, it makes sense. That's how it was last year with the +1 sleeves. So I honestly didn't think that they were gonna count it towards badge and the actual builder, because like iPod was saying, I agree with him. Like, just if you make your like when you're building in the builder and you make like a 89 ball handle just so you can go up to a 92 to get gold speed booster. You know what I mean? It'll make it more cheesy. And now, since the builder is more catered towards, like having a specialty, I think it's the way to go, because remember, you lose your badges. Yes, we have floor setters, but I just think that you should just play your role, do what you're really good at. Like for me, I'm mainly a 3-point shooter, and I facilitate the ball. That's what I'm gonna go for. You know what I mean? So
all right, so now would you guys be cool with the +5 boost now? Because I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Now it's cool because it doesn't unlock animations now. So I'm cool with that now.
Yeah, it's people in the comments asking, do they transfer to Rec and Pro-Am? When I hear affiliation boost and I hear a permanent boost, when they say permanent,
I was about to say permanent, bro.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure permanent is overall. Like you get that boost like permanently. You feel me?
Shouldn't just be associated just for the part.
Yeah,
I don't it should be everywhere.
Yeah, previous years it was only park based, but I guess we'll see.
So let's do this. Dame his hand raised for quite a while. Dame, go ahead.
Nah, I'm pretty much piggybacking off of what everybody else is saying, and basically like with the builder being so like so strict, and it's kind of like you pulling teeth to do certain things. Like one thing I really do wish that 2K do is that like they quantify everything. Like I know they give descriptions on like badges and stuff on like what they do. You get a boost and whatever the case may be, but I feel like that next step 2K really need to do is like actually quantify and tell us like exactly what does that mean. Like, yeah, I get gold in this, but like what does that gold do? Is that giving me like a 10%, 15%? Like I feel like we shouldn't be like, shout out to like all the like the third party people like the 2K Labs, and shout out to all of them, but like we shouldn't be relying on all like the third party testing to tell us like the boost or that these things is giving me. So like I feel like if they're gonna be like that strict on just the builder in general, like they gotta tell us, because like bro's gonna be in that builder alone for a minute. So like the least they can do, like just like let me know like what does this do, so I can know like, okay, this is what at the end of the day, this is my overall gonna be like.
Did he just break out?
No, he just stopped speaking and muted up. He's waiting for your answers.
What did he say?
He pretty much just said like,
but my bad, bro. My kids came in, but no, I was basically saying like they need to quantify it and put a number on everything that you do, like from badges, what the number the badges is going to be, as far as like how much of a boost that's going to give to your shot, for the affiliations, like what, like just give me a number.
They just tweeted that's not going to happen. It's not going to badges.
No. I'm not saying like, I'm not talking about that contributing.
He's saying he wants to know what's the boost, like +5.
Exactly.
We don't know. I mean, we ain't gonna know until someone actually says it.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
Yeah, bro. People in Zach comments right now spamming, bro. They trying to get that same answer you looking for, bro. So it just depends.
They are gonna make a whack build.
I wish we can get Zach in here, bro, and just pick his brain for a second, bro.
Yeah, that would be dope.
He ain't trying to hear our shit right now.
I can DM him the link, but there's no there's no guarantee that he will come in as a speaker.
Nah, he'll never come on there as a speaker. He'll listen to us though.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't seen Zach one time be a speaker, but he be in here listening for sure. But
He
a
definitely
speaker
listens.
might be crazy.
Just give us an answer, bro, and dip out.
Well, no,
You feel me? That's all we need, bro. That's
he's
all
been
we
doing
need.
answers via tweets, like the tweet he just put out. Like his answers are.
I mean, we got 4 days, bro. We should be getting some heavy ass news here in like 1 or 2 days.
Hey yo, so did everybody see the loading?
He heard iPod talking and iPod iPod just didn't. He's not gonna let us cheese because of iPod, man. I'm gonna cry.
What happened?
Oh man, yeah, I know a lot of people are hurt by that though. I know a lot of people are hurt by that.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah. People, go ahead, yeah. Now we can.
Did y'all see the LeBron James clip from Hoodie Sean?
Yeah. I just
No.
peeped it. It's in the spaces.
Like, bro.
No.
Oh yeah. I posted it in the spaces. Yeah, bro. That LeBron James clip is crazy.
Oh y'all want to be bumpy, right?
Damn, I'm just looking at this now.
Bumpy? Yeah, you better get.
That is crazy. He literally like damn near pushed Brandon Ingram to the ground, low key.
But
like,
listen. You know how big LeBron and strong LeBron is. That's real life.
That is real. That's definitely real.
What I will say is the best thing about this clip is that he was actually able to stay with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he got animation, but at least
I'm making a point guard with 99.
There you go. And then,
but the thing is, now we got to find out what LeBron James' strength is at from the template.
You said I'm making a 99.
99 strength is crazy.
5'7" point guard, 99 strength.
I dare lock the guard. I'm gonna push the shit out him.
You better stay in that gym and get that body tight.
Bro's gonna unlock an uppercut at 99 strength.
I'm in the gym every day, bro. I'm in that gym after every streak. I'm in the gym. You heard? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. But I pray I don't have to do that Will shit again.
Bro, my player's gonna have a 10-pack.
Yeah. Like when I take my shirt off this year, it's gonna be a reason for me to take my shirt off. Like you're gonna see it ripped up, cheesy tats, dog. I'm gonna chat bulldozer on my chest.
Ain't no way, bro. No, I can see the bulldozer cheesers right now, bro. Just spamming the bulldozer animations, bro.
You know what would be like violating, bro? Instead of like money for wagers, you got to tap Ronnie 2K's face on your chest.
Jesus Christ.
You know what's crazy though? Ronnie's actually cool as fuck though, bro. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Ronnie get the most, like, out of all the devs, I didn't see he gets the most.
Ronnie said you guys gotta continue to hate him so he can keep his job.
Well, that's impressions right there. It don't matter if they're good or bad. They're impressions.
So I guess +5 could be the right number, right? So +5 would be the right number, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I like +5, but then again, like I said, bro, I can't even speak on it because that's just me being biased, and I know that +5 is gonna just get me there.
I mean, bro, like if that +3 boost isn't really gonna do nothing, you feel me? Like, I mean, if it's not unlocking animations and badges, it doesn't really matter anymore.
I want to pull up 2 other people that requested. I got a question for John and Carrot. Do y'all have any other questions? Matter of fact, and Dame as well. Y'all gotta unmute in order to let me see.
It was me.
Yeah. So Carrot, Dame, and John. Do y'all have any other questions?
Awkward silence.
Nah,
you
good, bro.
Getting
muted. Bro. That was all I
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up Wilt, that boy, and NSW. Pull them up, and then if there's another Smurf, do you have any other questions?
Nah.
All right, bet. So pull up Humble as well, and then we might try to get Almighty up here as well for everybody that's requesting. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hey, yeah. By the way, this is my first actual Spaces, so chill on me.
Nah, you good.
That boy, iPod in the lab.
I'm out there again.
Yeah, Red City. What build you making this year though?
I figured out how to host this space from PC. By the way.
Copy.
What the?
I got a question for niggas. real quick. What would y'all 'cause I see a lot of builds that got like high perimeter and like sacrificing the steal. Y'all think that's gonna be like the wave niggas gonna be on, like sacrificing these steal for high perimeter?
I'm sacrificing my layup. I'm sacrificing my layup.
Oh, all right.
I don't want no layup. I don't want no layup. I don't want my dunk's gonna be like a 60.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm in between there too, bro. I'm stuck
Yeah, so
between either
yeah, bro.
sacrificing
So
my layup and my defense.
the bigs I make be like 6'9", 6'10", but y'all saying 6'9" don't have a lot of defense this year.
Oh man, you're
Nah,
6'9".
6'9" might be crazy this year.
You're a 6'9" mate. Damn.
Because look, in 22 I went 6'9" and nobody could dunk on me, bro. I was snatch bucking, everybody went to the paint.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case this
Damn,
year.
I gotta get taller, bro. What's going on?
You either gotta get taller or you gotta get more
No,
strength.
it's
I'm going like 99 strength, bro. like nobody's getting in there.
You know, I promise you, you're not going 99 strength. I promise you.
I'm gonna be like LeBron this year, bro. Ain't nothing happening to me. And if I do get dunked on, it's gonna be by a 7-3 post scorer, bro. That's all it's gonna be.
So
I mean, good luck with
the
that,
biggest
man.
problem with 6'9"s. They don't get fast feet, and that's the new badge that everybody wants to try.
Wait, they don't. I was looking through the bat. I thought they did get fast feet.
You thought you was gonna get fast
Hold up.
feet.
No, I'm sorry. I think it's
Fuck
94
no.
feet.
That's
I think
breaking
it's
the
94
game.
feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 94
94
feet. 94
Oh.
feet. Everybody
Yeah.
needs that.
So basically, to be a lock, that's the new badge that everybody wants. Is 94 feet.
Oh, I ain't
So-
going for a lot. I'm going big this year.
Yeah. So if you going
I'm
6'9", it's not a crazy build to make as 6'9". It's just that you won't get one of the newest badges that been announced if you decide to be a 6'9".
What does 94 feet do? Isn't it like for locks?
It allows you to get bumpy the entire floor. So as soon as
So I gotta go 6'8". What you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Damn.
go 16
I ain't winning like the rest of the community going 6'8", going 220 and like that. I know everybody's gonna be doing that, bro. 6'7", 6'8",
Bro, but
220.
I ain't gonna lie. When they say the sweet spot, when they say certain builds is the sweet spot, bro, that's literally what they mean. Like that's the sweet spot. That's how you get the best of everything. That sweet spot.
But see, even if you do the sweet spot, bro, you sacrificing a lot of stuff for that.
Yeah, you might gotta
That's
make
what
a
it come
power
down to
forward.
you picking. Which one you gonna sacrifice? You gonna sacrifice being able to score?
You
or defense?
sacrificing defense or you sacrificing offense? That's really it.
Exactly.
If you going 6'7", 6'8", make it at the 4. If you gonna do that, if you try to make a big, make it at the 4.
Cause isn't the builder like a pie chart?
I can't wait to see a 6'8", 6'9" child bump me up the court. I'm gonna be fast.
Bro, what? I'm taking
What screen you going for? Hold on, what screen you going for, bro?
I'm a push dribble the hell out of every person that try to press me.
So you can start punching everybody.
That man Red trying to get physical handles on Hall of Fame.
He's trying to start boxing people in the middle of the court, dog.
I'm trying to leave people like behind half court. Like I'm gonna be at the rim with a scoop.
You don't need to add, bro. They not injury, so I can injure somebody in the park.
What?
Yep.
Kill people.
Bro, is this UFC?
Yes, bro. If he got in that paint and it's a 6'1" guard not dunk on him, he better get put on the floor with a leg injury. I ain't playing.
Yeah,
they said it's realistic, right? They said it's realistic. It better be really realistic.
Y'all chatting. Now y'all just
all right. So
look,
we got a couple other people up here to get questions in. I got a question for RG and SW Carrot. Have y'all said everything y'all need to say?
What's up, bro?
You said what?
Have y'all said everything y'all needed to say? Because we got a bunch.
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. Thank you.
You can drag me out if you need to, bro. I was just up here
Hold
answering
on
questions.
one moment. Appreciate y'all though. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now Wilt KV, I guess whoever got the boozy symbol.
It's a pretty good spaces. I'm not mad at it.
I don't know if this Wilt guy keeps.
They're covering some pretty good topics right now. I mean, I'm not feeling the whole 94. Everybody's trying to get 94 feet. I'm not really, I'm not feeling that way. Really not feeling that way about 94 feet. I mean, maybe bronze, but I'm not really prioritizing it too far up the ladder.
badge.
Precision dunkers for your green window when you pull the meter.
Oh, so it's like a higher chance type
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Yeah, I did. I'll try to find a clip of somebody was using John Morant and they showed the example of it. So I'll try to
All right,
find
bet
it.
DJ. All right, that was my question,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna dip out. So yeah, have a
Appreciate
blessed day, bro.
You, Carter,
Yes.
drop your starting lineup with what we've seen so far. Of course, we don't got the game in our hands, but give me what you think is going to be working out there as far as like the full five in total. You got to put a full five out there more or less. So you got to, for example, a inside big or popper. What's your whole setup? Drop it. I'm about to dip though. By the way, I'm gonna listen though. I gotta go to my mom's. So
All right, bet. So I believe that the PG bill should be high in playmaking and 3-point shooting with a high layup, and the rest can go into physicals and then your perimeter defense. I believe that the shooting guard should be a lock shooter with high pass accuracy and dunking. I believe the 3, which is another lock, should be high in defense, physical, and dunking or layup, not so much shooting. So you are not spotting up in the corner. I believe that the power forward should be strong presence in the paint with 3-point shooting. Be your other option on the other corner. You should be sending cuts from one corner, shooting in the other. I believe that the center should be an inside center, high in finishing, post play, in defense, and all physical as far as strength and all that. Speed and acceleration, not too much unless you want to be a face-up center, which I don't think that you should be. I think you should just be a bully down there like a Shaq type.
Yeah, I think inside's gonna run the game this year, bro. Not gonna lie.
Wilt, for whatever reason, Wilt, you keep requesting and not requesting and requesting and not requesting. So I'm not pulling you up because the last time I tried to pull you up, you did not come up. So I think you're just trying to get your name to move. So yeah, I think that's all that you're doing.
What you mean? I got a question.
For Wilt?
Yeah, this Wilt right
that's
here.
That's Wilt talking?
Yeah.
How's Will talking when it says he's requested?
Yo, this joint is tweaking.
It says
it say he is speaking. It say he is speaking.
Hey, iPod, welcome to my world.
Bro, this is tweaky, bro. His joint just keep moving though. All right, go ahead. Well, go crazy.
So I had a couple of them. How close is the builder from two? Like we ain't at y'all community day. How close is the builder?
Nobody can hear can tell you that. Nobody can hear can tell you that.
Yo, it do say it on the Twitter on the PC. It say he is speaker, but on the phone his joint just keep jumping. This is crazy. I love it. This is called mayhem. All right, go ahead. Go crazy.
Listen, don't mess with your phone too much because then it's.
Oh no, I'm not touching. I'm letting you speak.
So somebody said that nobody could tell me how close the builder is from 23 to 24.
Nah,
like
it's not
experimenting in there.
Nah, the only person that would have told you that would have been Holly, and Holly left. Juice is in here, but I believe Juice is chilling.
Hey, Juice, you trying to come up?
The best advice I could give you, bro, as far as like the builder is, bro, like just watch. Don't watch one person video, bro. Watch multiple different people
Dooms
videos.
in here too. Dooms is in here too.
You feel me?
Am I able to speak right now?
Yo, Dooms, listen. I know you don't feel like coming up, so if the builder this year is close to 23, put a thumbs up. If it isn't, put a thumbs down. He probably.
So this is what I can tell you about the builder from what I've seen. There are now certain badges that have been taken out the game, and certain badges thresholds have been changed. For instance, to get limitless range all the way up, you gotta have that 99. It's crazy. We can go over like all of them. Like I wish I could just show it to y'all instead of being in the Twitter space where it's only voice. But so many thresholds have changed, and they've added new badges that will give people a choice on where they want to go as far as they build. For instance, right? You know what a 6'9" used to be able to do. Everybody does, right? But now, if you want to be a 6 now, you're just more power. than being able to dribble like you used to, being able to be, as fast as you used to, having access to a high jump shot like you used to. You're more so power. So when you think of a 6'9" build in 2K24, think of just Giannis, straight Giannis, all day or every day. If you want to think of a LeBron build that could potentially pass, shoot pretty okay, and still be powerful, think of a 6'8" build. So 6'8" to 6'9s are like Bron and Giannis out there. They're gonna be the Bills that's trying to push everybody out the way. And I think that's where they should go. They big as hell, they strong as hell, go that way. Smaller guards are still gonna finesse, shoot, fades, be fast as hell on the court, left or right. But I think that this year they may try to add in a little bit more of the layup finesse and mid-range game. And then you got your 6'5", 6'6", 6'7s. They're gonna be like the lock/shooters, lock/slashers, and stuff like that. That's really the changes that I've seen. I've watched many build videos. I even got to watch more today because Joe Knows dropped another one. Like, a lot of people think some of these builds are promising because they are some of the best out of all the dog shit that we've seen from other people. So when they see one specific good build, they're like, oh no, we back, we good, because we seen one person make one build, but that person spent the entire time at the event in the builder, whereas the other people was politicking, networking and stuff like that, and only went to the builder for about an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because I was playing in the 23 builder, and I was looking at that sheet that tell you what you need for each badge. So I was trying to like add up, but I didn't know how close it was to this actual 23 builder. But my second question was, y'all was talking about a little earlier that bulldozer badge. Would anybody know, like, is that gonna be OP? Like, should you try to implement it if you can, like if you a guard, or should you just like ignore it completely and try to put your stuff somewhere else?
I don't think we could say it's gonna be OP yet, because we ain't really like, bro. We haven't seen anybody like, let's say for instance, we haven't seen LeBron go up against like Kawhi Leonard or nobody. Like, it's certain badges that counter certain badges. So feel me? I think we can't really say because we ain't touched the game to actually see how it counters and what different things happen. So like, feel me?
What I can say to you is it potentially could be for people who don't put no defense on their build and they're not physical. So for instance, right, everybody has to make a choice on their build. I do not want to see people out there all with the same builds at the same positions, because we're only going to watch one or two people again do what they do. But if we watch a LeBron come up the court, right, we know who LeBron is, right? If somebody has physical handles plus bulldozer.
Yeah. Which one's on
Yo,
top?
Rick, mute up.
Red,
There's a
mute.
whole wall.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, my size is big. I wasn't sure.
Mute up, gang. Mute up. All right, so like I was saying, right, if we see somebody come up the court with crazy physical handles, crazy bulldozer, and they're going up against a build that happens to be a fast lock that sacrificed all their strength to put up everything else, they're gonna get moved out the way. It's that simple. They're gonna be able to bump a little bit, but the fact of the matter is, the reason why those badges exist is because people's attributes are high as hell now. To me, I feel like attributes matter so much more because you meet the threshold to get certain badges, which means the reason you reach that threshold now is because those attributes matter like fuck. So when you get moved out the way, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple. You're cooked. Like, you're gonna get moved out the way. You're gonna get dunked on unless you potentially strip the ball, or you get some help defense from the side to get the blitz that person that's driving or something like that. So it's always a catch-22. If you're gonna be somebody that wants to bulldoze your way into the paint, once it happens twice, just know that the defense is gonna try to adjust and they're gonna try to blitz you, because all you do is you think you can just move one person out the way when you're gonna have to deal with other people on the court.
All right. And my last thing is,
hold on one second. He has a third question.
Last thing is, y'all seen where they said they didn't change the court size, but they said it should feel like it's more room because different
the player
players'
model.
heights. Yeah. Did y'all when y'all see people playing in the rec, y'all feel like it didn't look the same? Like there might have been more room where you can't guard two people?
To me, honestly, if you ask me, Splash, low key, he not in here right now, but Splash explained it perfectly. Like he literally broke it down perfectly. Like he basically said, like for dribblers and people like at the top of the key, maybe the hash and stuff like that. Like you notice the top, like from the half court to the 3 point line, it definitely looks like it's more space. But once you get to the corners, it looked like the corners are smaller. So like it do look bigger. But I think, like you said, like that Mike Wang did say like that's like the player models and stuff, and like they smaller, they more standing like they standing more like they're actually playing a basketball game instead of straight up and lengthy. Like I think that plays a part for him.
Okay. But shit, that's all I had. Appreciate y'all.
Indeed.
Yes, sirs.
Yo,
Yo.
Hey,
hey, so basically, like, I was watching iPod stream when he was like doing like the builder and stuff like that. He was like, he was talking about how like everybody trying to make these 6'8", but 6'7" to move. So basically, I made me a 6'7" build on 23, but of course, they don't let you get all the stuff like on 24, so I'm waiting on that. But right now, like my playmaking, bro, it's set at 80 right now, and I only got 9 badges. But once I tweak it out, bro, I know like I'm gonna have like more badges, and then basically what I'm saying is like I'm gonna break the builder, bro, really, because like my person he can shoot like, straight greens. He
wait,
had a
wait, wait.
90.
Hold on. Wait, are you comparing your build on 23 to 24?
Yeah, I'm saying right now I made a build on 23, but I know it's gonna be a different name on 24 though.
Listen, from my perspective, from what I've heard from the people that were there, there's people who actually made their builds that they made at the event and in the game, like in 24. I mean 23. It says they're a 99 overall, right? The builds that they were making in the new builder, if they, like for instance, say you made your 6'9" on 2K23. I mean 2K24. The way it comes out is like a 91 at overall. Some are 91, some are 90 overalls, bro. So it's completely different, bro. Completely different. Way completely different.
Yeah, I don't even. To be honest, I don't even think you would be
You
able to compare your
said what?
23 build to 24.
You're trying to compare that. That's not gonna happen, bro. You can't do that, bro. That's two different completely.
Well, no, I'm not trying to compare it. I'm just saying no, I'm not trying to compare it. I'm just saying like
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
tweak it
Okay,
out.
so put it this way, right? So you know how things are tied into. You know how like they're tying things in. The way things are tied in this year is a lot different than last year. So like it's a lot. They changed a lot of things that are like working together. Like a lot of bats go hand in hand, but it's not the same as last
Oh
year.
yeah, but I'm saying like I'm gonna just tweak my build out. I know it's gonna be a different name though, but still I'm gonna try to like I'm gonna try to break the builder though.
Okay.
What was your build this year for 23?
Well, I'm saying I just made it and I just made like a little quick build, but I haven't like really played 23 like that. It's a inside out scorer, and my whatchamacallit was my shades was Lonzo Ball, Penny Hardaway, and Malcolm Brogdon.
What was
Like
the
that
the
jump.
height?
You said what?
What was the height and wingspan?
6'7". So my height was 6'7", and my wingspan was 7.
Okay, and
And then my weight was 212. And I was still, bruh. When I tell you, like my defense was going crazy too. Like I was clamping them up.
what's
What are
the
you, What are your stats? Tell us your stats.
hold on, calm down. What was your 3 pointer on this build?
You said what is my 3-point on?
Yeah.
My 3-point is on a 90.
Okay. What's your acceleration and your speed?
My acceleration is an 80. My speed is an 85. And then my
What's
stamina is a 90. My stamina 93. My vert is a 70, and then my strength is an 80.
what's your dunk and your layup?
So my driving dunk is a 90, my standing dunk is a 88, and then my driving layup is a 70. My 3-point is a 90, my mid range is a 75, and then my free throw is a 86, and then my ball handle is a 80. But I know on 24, I'm gonna have to try to like get it to like at least like 96, like ankle breaker on like Hall of Fame or like 99 probably. And
Mm-hmm.
then my My interior is on 60, my perimeter is on 80, steal is on 80, block is on 80, offense is on 80, and then my defensive rebound is on 80. But like I was clamping them up.
Okay, fire. Okay. Anything else you got to say?
Like, that was it. I was just saying, like, I'm gonna break the builder. Like, I'm gonna go crazy.
All right, appreciate you, gang.
Cause you were saying like these 6'7s going crazy. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a 6'7. Like, cause I was watching the stream, like you was going over who was it? You was going over Juice build, and you was saying like you don't know about his build like that, you don't know, and then you was going over Boom's build and all this other stuff.
I feel you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Good luck with breaking the builder, cause
Indeed.
good luck, gang. Let me know how that
Hey,
go.
Red, I have a question for you, Red.
Oh, for
'Cause I know you
sure,
be playing
for
the
sure.
stage and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. What's the
So
question?
how you think the meta gonna be this year? Cause I'm hearing it's gonna be on some like PNR type shit. Cause like the ISO and this shit, it's not gonna be the same how it was 23, 22. You think it's gonna be on some set the screen, shoot off the
You want me
screen,
to be honest with you?
or how you think?
I'm gonna be completely honest, right?
How you think they gonna play?
It's all gonna depend on your guard, bro. Like this year, it's definitely like it's gonna depend on your guard and what you fuck with. So it could easily be like what's it called? Like for instance, there's guards who love the PNR. Like say you got a good center. It depends on your center. It depends on your center and it depends on the guard. Like it's gonna depend on you too. Like because if you have an elite center who's a great popper and can get you open. Like pick and pop, like that's always gonna kill. But if you have a guard who really knows how to score with the pick and roll, bro, if you play stage, you know how it is. Um, if you're getting hit, I don't know if you played the past 2Ks, but when there was centers that it was like a mix of everything. I feel like you're gonna see a lot of everything, and the reason why you're gonna see a lot of everything, PlayStation and Xbox play completely
No,
different,
yeah,
bro.
that's a fact.
Like
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, they play like we play completely different. So you're gonna see all type of weird, different styles. It's gonna be really crazy this year.
But then it goes back to my question, like how is the game set up with strength, like in terms of like setting screens? Like, do you get hit hard this year?
I mean, they played a beta. They said the screens were set. They said the screens were set in like all right. So Hollywood's a center, and Holly said that this like he said he thinks that it's really going like the inside centers are going to dominate this year. That's what he told me. He said it's looking like an inside game, which I know a lot of the current gen people who are coming over they love insides, so they're probably gonna like that a lot.
So it's like Poppers compared to insides this year. Insides is winning by a long shot. You think?
Okay, I mean that you can't really give that a comparison because that depends on the player.
Who
It
on the
depends.
sticks? Yeah, who
Yeah,
on
it
the
depends
sticks?
on the sticks. Like some people are really good. Like you, like Francis, right? Like there's certain people who could like play with a popper and a shooter, and they're like a popper and a guard, and like they know how to finesse it. You feel me? You can 5 out. It depends on your guard. Like for instance, if I'm a guard who could score every play, then I could just sit you in the corner. I could sit my center in the corner, my lock in the corner, ISO the guard or the lock, whoever's guarding me, and then go from there. And then whoever's open, you feel me? I'm either gonna score, and then if you have a center that's a good like who could set the screens really good, you can easily like get open off of that, like super easy. So
Hey, before we continue, hey Wilt, are you still here? My guy Wilt, you still here? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was just letting you know. I figured out how to open this host a space from PC. If y'all need any help on that later.
You said you figured out how to host it from your
Yeah,
PC.
and you can also invite co-hosts and all that stuff from PC.
Yo, fellas, quick question, real quick. When it comes to that off-ball new badge that's giving the speed boost popping up for an open shot, my feeling with that is I remember when 23 came out, it was heavy on the screens up top. Do y'all feel like in the rec and even in the park, You gonna catch people with the down screens, setting big hard screens with a a shooter using that badge, getting that speed boost, popping open for a quick catch and shoot three.
I do. I can see it now, bro. I can see the big inside centers with hella strength. You feel me? Setting those big bodies, and I could see the sharp just run, especially since you don't lose adrenaline like that. Like you're not gonna lose adrenaline unless you really get bumped and run into the paint. So I can see the sharps just on the 3-point line going crazy. Like I can see
Like
it
on
now.
some
It's
Rip
gonna be
Hamilton type stuff.
yeah, like it's gonna be your sharp. You're gonna have your sharps running around doing their thing. Then you're gonna have your sharps who just like to stand still. They don't like all the off ball movement. They just want to stand there, catch that bitch and pull it. So like it's gonna be some different play styles this year for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I want to.
Yeah, he makes a really good point. It's gonna be some really good down screens, off ball screens with that new badge. Off ball screens are about to catch a buff. We might be able to see some beautiful things happen.
I really want to see I'm looking forward to these new content creators and people pumping out new content of different play styles.
Yeah, facts. I could see a lot going on this year as far as like the difference in builds, people playing how they want to play. Like I could see a lot. A lot's gonna be different this year. I could see.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly why I'm going the way I'm going. Like I'm going complete lot, but I'm going like on some like not having a whole bunch of offense in my bag. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want to see what it feel like to not be the person that has to do it all. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. NBA 2K23 was probably the most stressful for me because if my point guard wasn't rocking, I had to score 28 in a record we was gonna lose.
Man. Don't get me started, bro.
Like, and I had to guard ball. I had to be up top. I'm like, just think about it, right? We all have our positions, but there were times where he was like, "Yo, you gotta be my hash." I'm like, "What you mean I gotta be your hash? I just want to sit in the corner and chill."
Right.
Nope. You gotta work. You gotta guard ball full court. You got you gotta play.
Bro, I don't think people understand, bro. When you literally got to do every single thing on the court, bro, it gets tiring, bro. It gets tiring.
Bro.
Like I'm talking about. I'm in program watching my lock get cooked. Like I got to volunteer to go play on ball on my 6-1. I'm like, bro, like, come on, play sides or something. Communicate with your center, bro. Like, come on.
Indeed.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's the word, bro?
Yo, welcome in.
Yo, I just wanted to real quick just say what's up to everybody. I appreciate y'all holding this space. I think this is obviously like a very exciting time for 2K. Just knowing how the last couple years have been. So shout out to y'all for just putting on and allowing everybody to be in here and hear everything and dish out all that info. So major respect for that. I guess I had two questions, but I want to start with, how do y'all feel about like next gen? Because I feel like next gen is the focus this year for sure, and it should be. I don't really think they should put much energy into the old gen stuff. Yeah, I feel like they should go away from it, and with it being crossplay now, it may not be like a huge decision to be like, all right, well, we're just gonna invest all into next gen and we'll leave old gen in the past, and like maybe not even drop a game for that. Like, what do y'all think about that?
In my opinion, let current die, bro. That's just my opinion.
Honestly, I think if I'm being if I'm giving my honest opinion, I think this is honestly 2K last year, like probably with current gen. Like,
how are they gonna do that for PC though? Low key thinking about it because they don't drop next gen for PC, and
Forget about PC. We're not asking PC questions, but I do feel like they should put some resources into last gen, but not too much. Not too much. Like they should give them guys something to be fair, but I mean they don't have to go all out on that. Definitely not.
And so I think that was when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, right? Like that first year, I think. And so, or no, it was 14. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like they really should just. I don't know how that transition was for consoles. Like they were still dropping both games, I believe. But everybody was getting the next console, and then everybody started playing that, and then how it is now. Like we have the whole Xbox Series X and the PS5. So I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna do that, but how they can like just completely leave that in the past, because it really is, to me.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. Like that's just the thing. The same way it was with when it was PS4 and PS3, bro. It's gonna happen eventually, bro. I'm pretty sure like they put mainly the focus this year was definitely on next gen, bro, and it showed a lot. So
You,
I don't think
yeah.
like yeah. So
I want the
it is.
game to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like I want them to put all their energy
Yeah,
into this game.
that's facts.
So like I know they every year have problems with developers not having enough developers or this and that. Like I think that's not the case now, but it kind of just helps, with the whole situation of just being able to focus on that. And I know 21 next gen was kind of, I don't know, to me that was kind of a crazy year. And they had COVID and stuff going on, so that's not much the case now. But I think they really have been able to like take time to actually think about the quality of the game and what the people who are the consumers, us, the people that play it, really
Yeah,
want.
facts.
So
If bro, this has been the most active I've ever seen 2K devs on Twitter, as far as like responding to people, answering questions, joining the spaces. Like this is the most active they've been. So I think if it's any year that they gonna do what they say they gonna do, it's this year.
right. Cool. Second question, I'll be real quick because I know I've been talking. I feel like y'all were just talking about like having to do everything on the court and stuff, especially when you got teammates that not that good. Like I had the 6'1" point guard that I always play with. To be honest, I think he's a IRL, but I think it's gonna come to the point where I'm just not gonna run with him because me being a 6'8", like I made a lot of 6'8s in the past, or 6'6", 6'7", but mainly 6'8", and that sounds like that's gonna be like, not gonna say meta, but something that people are gonna want to do. And I've always made those builds, whether it was 2K20 or 2K this year, 2K23. I always make these 6'8s being able to do a little bit of everything, like kind of be mid. But for instance, like this build right here, I have pretty good finishing. Like I have 85 layup, 85 driving, 80 mid range, 80 3-pointer, and the ball handling is 89, 80 pass accuracy, and 80 speed with ball. Interior defense 80, perimeter defense 80, still 85, 75 block, 78 rebound. Like I'm able to do a lot of these things, and I think, what was it, 20? I made, when they had pie charts, I made a build that was all yellow, and it was able to do pretty much everything. I could shoot. I was able to finish, not get contacts, but I was able to finish at the rim, shoot phase or whatever it is. Like that's kind of my play style, and I was able to rebound, and I was able to play 1 through 4 pretty much if I wanted to. So I'm trying to figure out how I can like complement, based on everything I'm hearing. I'm trying to figure out how I can complement my needs as a player and the things that I like feel really confident in doing. And one of that is shooting, and then also the playmaking. But even those like kind of those attributes are like what headline my build. I'm able to play defense, and I want to be able to play defense because a lot of the times I'm having to cover up for people who don't defend that well, and I really just go based off IQ, not really like attributes.
One thing I could say is like based off your attributes and stuff, and like so do you have a certain squad that you play with, or a certain like set group of people you play with?
It depends. It goes in and out, but really I'm like the random that everybody picks up because I just feel in. I could play any play style.
So basically your build is the build that can like basically like come in and like basically you basically fill in for whatever people need you to fill in for.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I would say like one thing I'm doing is I'm going based off like not only I feel like this year not just about what player I want to make. Like I can get on the game and just say, okay, I want to make this player. So let me upgrade this, let me upgrade that. But I'm going based very off of who I'm playing with. Because I know, like for instance, I'm planning on making a 6'1", or a 6 foot. So I know I'm not gonna be able to get that defense and stuff like that. I'm not probably not gonna be able to have the best finishing, but I do want to have like good, at least some good layup animations and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I know that like I'm always gonna have a lock or somebody defensive on the court, so I can lack in that defense. So like when you're making your build, I would say like try to think about like who am I mainly gonna be playing with, like who am I mostly gonna be on the court with, so that I fit in, like my play style and how my player is built fits in with that play style.
Right. That's basically the mindset that I have with making these type of builds. But obviously, with the builder being restrictive and all that, I want to be able to just do what I know is gonna err on the side of caution, basically, with the build that I'm making. Like I know I'm gonna want to be able to play make and dribble and stuff, and then to some degree, I want to play a lot of defense. Like I want to be able to do that, and if I can get away with it, I'll just not have as much shooting because I know how to shoot and how to time my jump shots. I know I make pretty decent jump shots, so that it's not something that is ever a worry. So hopefully that's something I can like. Again, if you're good enough, you'll figure it out, type of thing. But
You'll have to sacrifice all of your finishing and a little bit of your shooting.
oh my,
Okay.
okay.
Facts.
Can I jump in real quick? The thing, I'm a player who hasn't really played that much 2K. I mean, I really started really playing at like 2K19.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this game is going more towards 2K20 with the screens and the pie chart stuff, and like being able to, um, like back in 2K20, you can play defense with the smaller builds. Do you think even though these smaller builds with the 6'1s and stuff are putting up they perimeter D on 2K24 to like 81 or something like that, 82, do you think that they'll be able to play defense at all with these other builds like Bulldozer and these other builds that you need on defense, these other badges that you need on defense like fast feet and stuff like that? Do you think that it's even worth it to even have a defense of category at all? Like when you play on 1v1, you're gonna have to have multiple builds at this point because um you're not gonna want to go in there with a 6'1 because all somebody got to do is pull up with a center or like a LeBron James build where they could just throw you across the court and that's it. It's like basically whoever has the ball last wins. So what do you guys think about that?
To be honest, bro, I mean, I think we got to play the game, bro, because all these do you think questions, like, we're not going to know until we actually play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to know how these badges work and what works and what doesn't until we actually play the game.
So
I completely understand. I didn't want to even ask about like stuff.
I mean, it's a good question, but I mean, like,
I do
we got to
think
play
not
the
putting
game.
strength on your build is dead. So if you got a build that don't have strength, it's a wrap for you.
It's a good question for like it's a good question, just not right now. It's a good question for like ask us that question like a week or two.
Yeah, a week after the game.
No.
Okay. My last question for this thing is: do you think that we'll be able to have 3 category builds, or is it literally only 2 categories?
All right, so check this out, yo. It's a great question, right? I had to mute everybody. So look, it's a great question, even right now. The fact of the matter is, this is what nobody is speaking on. Can a 6'1 guard a 6'1 guard? Yes. Nobody wants to talk about it because everybody thinks that they're just going to switch their lock on to that person. But a 6'1 can guard a 6'1. Even without a shadow of a doubt, DJ isn't here. I'll let him speak in a moment. But most of the time, if a lock is getting cooked, you put the person that can keep up with him on him. It's that simple. A lot of people think that you have to have this all God be all lock to stop everybody on. He can't stop all 5 positions. It's that simple. Sometimes you're going to need a lock that can stop somebody from, just bulldozing their way in, which is a taller lock build. or you're gonna need a lock build that can stop somebody from finessing with dribbles and moving behind screens. But when it all comes down to it, when your 5 come out there, it's all about, can your build stop your counterpart? You know what I'm saying? Maybe your build don't need the 96-3 because you wanted to play a little bit of defense on that build who has the 96-3. It's all going to be a sacrifice, y'all. It's just, are you willing to sacrifice the finishing, the strength, as they would say, which I'm going to be honest with you. Unless your counterpart build has a 67 strength as a point guard, you're good. Unless he puts on 67 strengths, you're totally fine. If a 6'1" is out there, you're totally fine. All right, everybody can unmute.
Okay. That's
To
good.
add on to what iPod just said, bro. He just said that exact, bro. I don't know if y'all know, but guards literally used to guard guards, bro. Like back in the day, it wasn't even putting a lock on the ball. That really recently, like people recently started putting locks on ball, bro. Guards used to literally guard guards because they were the same speed and it came down to stick. So like if your lock is getting cooked, you don't have to keep your lock on the ball. Like you can switch like iPod said, bro. There's gonna be some locks who are gonna get killed, bro. They're gonna get cooked, and they're not gonna be able to stop everybody you think they're gonna be able to stop. So you're gonna have to play based off your team.
Another thing that I was worried about is the sticky movement. I mean, I played for the most part on current gen, and I have the PS5, but I played on current gen, and for the most part, I mean, I feel like it's like when I switched to current to next gen, the movement felt sticky. It didn't feel as responsive and fast as current gen, if that makes any sense. I mean, I know you guys play next gen a lot, but uh, I really have a problem with that. At least on defense, at least.
I ain't gonna lie. 24. I can't speak exactly on it because I haven't played it. But from what I've seen and heard, I don't think that should be a problem, man. At least on defense.
That's good to know because I was hearing that. I play on Xbox, but I also have a PS5, so I'm gonna be between both consoles, just kind of seeing how it feels. I've been hearing like really it's up to like which console feels the best as far as controller and like how you're able to move. But I've been hearing that PlayStation 5 like it's just a little bit smoother.
Yeah, facts. Because that's Xbox. Xbox has like a delay to it that PS5 doesn't have. So
Very delayed. That's what's been killing me. And then I have to also like play in the server with some of my homies that I actually do play with consistently. So I think that's like kind of been hindering me. So I'm excited to see how just gameplay is in general and movement. And so I'm glad that they're implementing all this defensive stuff and all these badges. And I really just think that everybody who plays, heavy on like offense, like if you're like that, I think you won't have a problem, just doing what you need to do.
yeah, you was saying that yesterday, bro. Like honest, bro. This is how I feel. This is my honest take on 2K24. I feel like people so scared about not being able to do everything. Like people don't think that they're going to be able to survive by not being able to do everything. But bro,
Right.
I honestly feel like in 2K23, like if you were really good, not even just 2K23, if you're good at 2K, like just overall, you're good. You could get whatever you want on the court. You're going to get defensive stops. I feel like you're still going to be able to do everything if you're good. Now, if you had a 6'9" and you just got on that 6'9" and you were just able to do everything just because you were on that 6'9", it's not going to work out like that for you. But if you can genuinely get on the court and you could score in the paint, you could score in the mid range, you could score at the 3-point line, you could score wherever on the court, I think you're going to still be able to do everything. You might not be able to get contact dunks and slam that motherfucker on people's head every play and do all that. But, bro, I'm pretty sure, like, at least for me, I feel like I'm still going to be able to do everything that I want to do on the court.
Absolutely. There was a what was it? 2K22 made a 6'6". It was basically like a shot creator, and I was able to like I put my I put my midi up to like a 93, and my 3 ball was like an 80 something, but I was able to just finesse and get those mid-range shots off because one, a lot of people didn't want to guard that. Everybody was trying to push me off the three, and I shoot threes pretty well. Whether I fade them or I'm getting catch and shoot shots, whatever the case may be. But I was able to figure out how to score in my spots, knowing like that's what I do. But everybody else is either rim running or they were just taking fade threes. You know, after the patch and everything like that, you had people that were doing left, right, and then they killed that. But it didn't really affect me because I was able to just score in the ways that I know how to score. And I'm doing it without the ball, with the ball in my hand. It just didn't really matter. So I think I may need to have to go back to that because I feel like 23, I didn't make a 6. I did make a 6-6, but I made a 6-8, and I was mainly playing on that. And I feel like shooting the mid-range was not as efficient. I think because of the animations that I had like access to. Much like input delay, and it didn't really feel that comfortable. So I think I'll still be able to do what I need to do as far as scoring, and that will allow me to sacrifice in areas as needed. Like I didn't even have driving dunk on that build. Like I had layup, but I was like doing whatever I wanted to do still, just because I knew how to do exactly what I was like really good at. So I think everybody's gonna have a good time. I think it's just gonna be again about sacrificing where needed to make the right build for you. And I know everybody's gonna be watching YouTube videos. I'll be watching them, but I think again I'm just gonna go with what makes sense for me and my build, and then
Indeed,
go
as
from there.
you should, bro. Indeed, as you should, bro. Always you don't gotta listen to everybody. Just take what worked for you and
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like it's that simple. Just apply it, bro. Always.
Facts.
All right, I'm about to pull up a few more people real quick.
Bro, I just saw the funniest tweet. Someone said, "Please put an identity on who calls timeout and rec."
No, for real.
I hope so. Nah, for real.
Nah, for real.
Who called that
Seriously
timeout?
though.
Too many people say they didn't do it, bro, knowing damn well you called that timeout.
They used to though. They used to do that, right?
Bro, my RLs be trolling with that shit, bro.
No, they be hating on the low. Slide them for a layup on a fast break. Timeout.
It's definitely what needs to happen. Is we need an identity. We need to put an address on who be calling. They had it before. It was in the game, so they should put that back in the game. Definitely, we need to know who's calling these.
Here and we got is that the people? What y'all got for us? What y'all got for us?
Yo, what up, everybody?
What's the word, buddy?
Not much. I really wanted to touch on because I heard y'all earlier in the chat talking about, and I didn't notice, but apparently they everything that we saw as far as the gameplay was the beta. That shit kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't know that. But as far as that, because over the years I feel like I'm really good at 2K. I started really taking the shit serious in like 19, and I had a like an Uncle Drew demigod type point guard. That was the year for me. I felt like step back cheese in the mid range, turnarounds, everything. And this new 2K is giving me that vibe that they kind of going back to that. Somebody mentioned earlier in the chat about the screens up top coming off. I feel like a lot of the stretches and big men are going to be doing that in the park and in the rec and stuff. But I was wondering for anybody that might be that might have information like any dev or anything like that, is the consistency. Because over the years for me, like I said, I'm really good. It's a lot of shit I could, of course, improve like anybody. But I feel like the game has been inconsistent as far as my ability to get on and stay consistent playing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the homies might not be on, but from going to the rec with the randoms and just being able to get on and play consistent and stay consistent with my build, that's been like the biggest issue over the years. And I think it starts with the updates. You know, after the first couple updates, I'm playing pretty good, and then somebody had mentioned like, you know, your shot is good, and then the next week it's off. Like that shit has been happening a lot. So I was wondering, how would that be this year if anybody had any information as far as the consistency of your performance with you know,
only time can tell, honestly. You know what I mean? Like what we have to realize is, right, 2K is using a whole new system for their mocapping, so they're generally taking animations and movement from in real life players, right? Those same movements, when they do capture them, we don't know if that person was playing with an injury, We don't know if that gameplay was captured, in the fourth quarter when he's like damn near out of
Right.
juice. You know what I mean? Tired, like, and I understand it's probably a whole bunch of data that they've recovered, but I know that 2K is probably going to have to tweak game speed at some point and stuff like
Of
that.
course.
So these are going to affect us gamers. You know
Right,
what I'm
definitely.
saying? Because when things change, when patches come out, you know what I mean? Like those are to address, game breaking things. But within that patch, it may be something that might have messed up your specific jump shot. Maybe your base doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And I know that, the consensus always comes up with I no longer have my own identity because
Exactly.
2K took it. And now I gotta use the jump shot that everybody on TikTok say use, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm focusing more on, and somebody else had mentioned it. I've been hearing a lot of people in the chat. I'm not a dev, but I really pay attention to shit over the years with 2K. I honestly feel like the biggest thing we could do as a community is really just stick to what we're good at. If you are good at anything with basketball, and I think a lot of people do start to stray into making the builds, the YouTubers making shit like that, because mentally, I think honestly it's just something you have to grasp within you. It's not the game. You know what I mean? It's more so IQ. You know what I mean? We got to just get better at learning 2K and adapting to a play style that we're comfortable with and just implementing that. I've been sacrificing over the years for like my clan and shit and making builds more so to help other people play with other people, and that shit is stunning my growth. So this year I'm gonna kind of try to I'm gonna stick to what I know in real life, and that's like a defensive build, more of a shooting. I do got my Uncle Drew build in mind at 6'2". I might go 6'3", but again, I got to see the builder.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, real quick. My fault. Go ahead, but.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, in which we all do, like, all of us in this space besides T-Time. You know what I'm saying? Where'd T-Time go? Like, and Juice Man and people like that, like, they got everything in the bag. You know what I mean? Like, they had so much time with it. You know what I'm saying? But us, we all got to see day one. You know what I'm saying? Or day zero.
My fault. I forgot how my shit unmuted. Real quick, I just want to get this off, and I got y'all. So Demi just tweeted for you, big man out there. Demi said, another thought, it's okay to make a rim protector with high block and an interior with lower rebound, or a glass cleaner high rebounding with lower defense. He said, but to get both is going to severely hurt you in the other three categories. This goes for lockdowns, trying to get blocks and interior along with defense and steal, or play shots that are going for high shooting, passing, and dribbling. People trying to get everything are going to have some trash builds, in my opinion. And then he put hashtag Unk.
See, I see what he's saying about like the high shooting, passing, and dribbling. But to be honest, you don't really need that much of a high pass act. Maybe like a
Bro,
87.
I don't know if you know, but passing is very important, bro.
It is, but I'm not going no lower than 87. Like I heard 87 is where like that's
But
Stephen Curry animation and shit like that. Like
But the thing about it is though, right? Is that you're gonna have to it's gonna be tough even with that, bro, because how can I put it, right? That's even gonna be tough because of the simple fact that, you know, that's gonna be even tough just off the strength that what's the word? I'm trying to think the best word for it. Like you're gonna basically like, all right, so they're going back into like an old 2K form, but a little bit more strict, where like you could be good at you'll be really good at one thing, you'll be above average in the second thing, but the third and fourth thing you're gonna be like, eh. So you're gonna be good at like two things. That's what I'm getting from that, and that's how it used to be. You'd be good at like for instance, but it just depends on your threshold, right? Because we used to play like for instance, like I'm gonna like give it back like 17, right? We had a high playmaking with like a 77 3 ball, bro. You feel me? But so like that's why I'm saying like it's gonna be very interesting. Skill gap's really gonna show this year, bro. So it's like when you pick something, it's like what Dude said earlier. You really gotta stick with what Meek said. You gotta stick with what you know. Like I wouldn't put all my attributes what I know I'm barely gonna use or I'm not really good at. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to like, the whole two-way aspect, right? So let me look at the Demi tweet real quick so I can decipher. All right, so Okay, another thought. Can make the room protect the high blah blah blah. Get blocks to it long as the high perimeter does still. So boom, check this out. So he said, to get both going to really hurt you, right? He said lockdowns trying to get blocks and interior along with high perimeter defense and still, or play shots that are going to for high shooting, passing, and dribbling. People trying to get everything are going to have some trash builds. So when he said lockdowns that are trying to get blocks and interior along with perimeter defense and still, I know locks out there that are willing to sacrifice to be able to play both. You see what I'm saying? Like, so he's saying that this build is going to be trash, but we already know the sacrifice that we signing up for. Whereas though literally all you may be able to do is spot up and shoot. All you may be able to do is hit a midi. All you may be able to do is hit a layup. All you may be able to do is just dunk. Like they know that sacrifice already. You know what I'm saying? Like telling people this is not really nothing new. Like we've already seen the builder and what it's actually bringing to the table. We already know it's up. You know what I'm saying? So like making tweets like this, I understand it, but we already know this. Like if he would have said something like, if you try to get a 99 block, a 99 this, a 99 that, and then show us what it looks like, then I would be like, yeah, that's it. But we can already see that he's, promoting this down bad badge. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he's trying to play on the tweets, but bro,
Yeah, like I feel, bro. Like I said earlier, like I feel like it's still gonna be a way to finesse. Even if we don't figure it out, people are going to figure out a way to
Bro,
finesse.
that boy Splash.
Like definitely gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna rate this Splash. That boy Splash is a nerd to this shit. I am gonna rate this Splash, bro. I'm gonna figure some shit out, but I know that Splash that when it comes to this shit, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Me and Sean at Community Day, me and Little Sean, bro, we broke the build the first day. We're the ones who found the 6-1. We found the 6-1s literally, bro. We found that build in an hour, bro. No lie, bro. We found the 6-1 in an hour. The only thing that we didn't know, which obviously is later down the line, was the six.
Did you get a phone call?
That man red be tripping.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, that boy.
All right, let's take a little break from that. Damn, I'm trying to figure out why dude smoked me twice in one setting. Encoder overload. No, that's what I'm really tripping off of. We try to sort this out and get my frames back right. Not necessarily dropping frames, but the encoder is max. I might have to cook this stream and reboot. Let me see. Hit the task manager. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I can't call that. Yikes. Oh, I get the ball first? I get the ball first out here? I'm not gonna do nothing with it.
Basically, how
Not a
people were
foul?
saying like, oh well, there should be a system or a tier system to show you what, how good someone is, and
Okay.
that's 2K's way of telling you. That's 2K. That was 2K's idea of trying to tell you, like, when you see someone, in Hall of Fame or gold or silver, that was their way of telling you how good someone is. Now, is it accurate 100%? Not. I mean, it depends. In a park, it could be, but it just depends who you are
Yeah,
and, like,
bro's down bad.
what. I'm not gonna
I
say like
went back up
like
with that.
it depends, like, if you're casual,
I'm mad at that.
if you're like, you're a gamer, a sweat, like, it just depends, because, like, you can easily run into, you could be a Hall of, for instance, right? You could be purple, and then you could run into someone from the stage, right? And they could be bronze, because people on the stage, they usually stay between bronze and silver, because they win and lose. They go back and forth. So then you playing them, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm about to play him. He's trash. And then you play him, he bust your ass. He got lower win percent. So I feel like they could do it. There's a way. I don't know how they would do it because it's kind of hard. Because I mean, that's the best way for them to. I don't know, iPod. What do you think would be a better way for them to like determine a person's level? You know what I mean? Like,
to make it count in all different modes. That's all.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if you go into the stage, you know what you are. Once you walk out to the park, you play your park game. That's different. You go into the rec as soon as you go through them doors and you standing in that lobby. It's different because now you're in a rec. It's super
Lord,
simple, but we're saying it's simple
Lord, give me a
because it's just
sign.
a thought. But the process of tracking that 3 different ways, whether you're tracking it in pro-am, tracking it in stage, tracking it, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if they was like, oh, we got to track it so much that now we got to track it in the club? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm saying it's easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds.
I get that. I feel like they could do like how like because they already have. I think what would be a fire thing would be like emblems, but like 2K's own emblems. You feel me?
Yeah, slapping, bro. We slapping, bro.
I feel like it would be fire, like if you had an emblem for every mode, like to dictate or like show what level you are, what type of player you are. You feel me? Like if someone was literally like like I feel like if you on a park, like you said, have like an emblem or icon or like something like for them, like their player icons. I feel like they could do so much more with the player icons, bro. Like they could use those to like show what someone is. You feel me? Like even if like even the colors, like the colors, how they change the colors and all that. Like
Okay.
if they made it to where like your icon shines a certain way, or like you know what I mean, like just on fire. Like I tell people, 2K, what they did with that 20 when they had the like thing on lightning, that shit was tough. And I was like, if you do that, you could definitely do certain things so people could show like it's kind of like oh shit, he's tough. You see, he got the icon, like like
he said
2K. I tell people all the time, like what 2K is, people love to show like people. That's the one thing that made people grind. They want to prove a point. You feel me? So like, I feel like that's something they should look into.
All right, so we just pulled up a couple people. We got Raptors, we got Von, we got the show, and the people. Talk to me. Who's trying to go first?
Shit, I'll go.
All right, go
Yeah,
crazy.
shit. What's the word? Shit, I was just wondering if y'all think the new layup badges are gonna be OP, because I was thinking of going no dunk and like a high layup, so that give me more room for other attributes. But I was just wanting y'all's opinion on the new layup badges. Do y'all think they're gonna be effective or no?
That goes back to what I was saying before, bro. We're not gonna know.
I'm not gonna lie, right with you. We don't know because until we get in the game, and it's gonna take some time to figure that out. When people get their badges, then you'll really know how effective they are. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was on the same thing. Like I was like, I said, y'all going straight layup. I'm gonna go straight layup, scoop, jelly. You feel me? With the R2, with the new push, what's it called? Push through animation. I was like, I'm gonna definitely do that. So I'm on the same boat as you, bro. Because if layups are OP, I wouldn't care to dunk the ball, bro. I'd rather hit someone with a move, go up with a lay, or like a scoop, like beat someone to the basket. Because that scoop layup, if it's as good as it is, I don't think people understand how hard it is to block a scoop layup, bro. Like
It's hard as fuck,
it's
bro.
very difficult to block a scoop layup, especially if you're good at it.
Yeah, that's what it was looking like from the
So
gameplay I saw. That's what I was like, oh yeah.
All right, I think I got my frames right. It's sad that I had to grade out to get it right though. I got that error though. The encode and overload makes me upset. I know I'm choppy. I know my gameplay is choppy. I don't be rocking with that at all, bruh. Like, come on, Shan. Come on, Shan. I'm just trying to get this content out, bro. Trying to get y'all this space. Trying to get y'all to these spaces and shit. I know y'all want to hear this. I know y'all want to hear what these content creators is thinking about, what's on their mind going into 24. This is just good content for us. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get us right, bruh. Y'all need to know what's going on. Y'all need to be in the loop. Y'all don't got time to sit back. So, man, it's all crazy right now. What is the
we
6'4"
wouldn't
point guard
know.
gonna need?
Like, I mean, they might need strength. They might not. It depends how it affects your player. So it comes down to like, it comes down to your play style. It comes down The hell is that? It comes down to what type of play style you have, and you know, It's a little too early. It's a little too early.
I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
To add on to what Red's saying, like, so you said the badge physical handles.
No, he's talking about strength. He's saying that how
Yeah.
much strength so we add, but like we haven't played the game, so we really don't know how
Yeah,
much strength.
How
Yeah.
we don't have an exact answer, but what I can say is if you want physical handles or one of those badges that include strength on a high level, then I'm pretty sure you can't have a low strength. So it's probably gonna be the strength might be somewhere like in the high 90s if you want it on a good tier. But if you want it on just like bronze, like yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I know like
nah,
probably on those low levels, it just depends on how the badges work on those low bronze levels and stuff like that.
this how we work it. What is it? Showtime. What was your build for
Yeah.
2K3?
Well, I got 10 different builds, but most of the time I was running point guard. But since 2K20, all the point guards that I had, it was like no strength. So that's something totally new for me. Seeing a point guard with strength.
Okay, so boom, let's do this, right? What was the height of your favorite point guard on 23?
It was a 6'1".
Okay, so at a 6'1" build, most likely physical handles, even if you can get it.
You're not getting it high, bro.
No, not even high. It's going to require a 60 ball handle and a 60 strength to get bronze. All right.
So I can take it from there. Now I will find out. Maybe I'm a first or second build.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a clip of LeBron pushing Brandon Ingram out the way as he's coming up the court with the ball. So just think of physical handles as the counteractive part to 94 feet. So 94 feet allows you to press the ball handler up the court the entire time. Physical handles allows you to push that same defender out the way to win the body up contest, because all it is about body up contest, right? So when you making your 6'1", you already know you're probably going to go 6'1", so you can be fast. You're probably going to make a maybe minimum weight. You probably won't even be able to get the badge simply because you have to be heavy in order to up your strength. You have to.
Exactly. You just explained
Okay,
that
I
perfect.
understand.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
No
That's
problem.
everything that I got.
All right. Anybody else before we start pulling up other people? I think Raptors.
Yeah, but I got a question, bro.
Okay.
I don't know if Mike Wang or Zach or anybody in the spaces may have mentioned it. But has there been any kind of news pertaining to like the badge grind per se, like with like my career? Because you know how, for example, in the past 2Ks, if you used to play on Hall of Fame, you got like an extra percentage towards your badge progression. Or is it even worth it this year, being that you lose progression toward badges if you don't activate a certain badge or something like that? Has anything like that been mentioned?
I don't. Go ahead.
Is that Themi? Hey, Themi, bring your butt up here.
Demi is trying to stay in the shadows, man.
Hey, listen, man. He putting out tweets like that, talking about people down bad. Welcome to the light, brother. So to that notion, right? This is what I've been told or seen or whatever the case may be. When trying to make your build the way that you want to make it, it's like that some of the sacrifices are going to have to be made because you're not going to be able to do it all like we used to. So for me, I know like the first build that I want to create is going to be a lot, right? So I know that the badge thresholds and stuff and what they're going to be and how am I going to grind that build, because guess what? Every time on the floor, I have to play defense, right? So my badges are going to proc every time on defense, no matter what I'm doing. As soon as I touch that person in the backcourt, 94 feet going to proc. As soon as I move real quick, fast feet going proc. You know what I'm saying? So like with the offensive side, we went over the perks earlier this week, and the perks, they have certain perk tiers like immunity, right? For a person that sits in a corner, right? And they know for a fact that they only shoot corner shots, but they have the limitless range badge. You can put immunity perk, like put that badge within it so that it doesn't regress as fast as the others.
All right.
You feel me? And on the other end, they have something called floor setters where you'll earn floor setters with the free season pass. So like you can put floor setters on certain badges so they don't even go beyond a level that you put it at.
Okay. Yeah, but I think
You
that's
feel
really what I was trying to get, a grasp on, because I didn't know whether or not I should jump into my career to grind my badges or just go straight into, park and everything like that. But that helps answer it though, so I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, gang. No problem, gang. I know it's definitely a lot of information, especially when we are still fresh with 23 in our minds because we haven't played 24 and we haven't put it down. You know what I'm saying? So like all the information that's coming out, like me personally, I would have loved 2K to take months to tell us all of this so that we can have better grasp. But like we was 2 weeks out last week. Now we less than a week out and we still learning, bro. So it's just we gotta take everything with a grain of salt. We gotta make sure that we stay tapped in with the devs, tapped in with the creators that went to community day, all of that, bro. Like we gotta stay tapped in with them because they are coming out gems every minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching Doom's
Boy, this
edit. Like
boy
he's
is
probably
whooping
editing right
my
now,
ass.
and he's dropping clips on his Twitter of things that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like full darn near half court shots, bumping players out of the way with physical hand. He's
This
showing us
boy done
what
towed me
new
up
badges
3-4
do. You know what I'm
times.
saying?
Let me get up
Like
out of here.
that, and that's what we need to see. Like, of course, as a content creator, you can't put out everything at the same moment because you're still editing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as these things come out, we just got to take everything with a grain of salt.
Okay. Appreciate it, man.
Indeed.
I had a question.
Bobby.
Like, I know we were discussing in the spaces like this week about like the +3 or the +5 boost that the affiliation did give, and now that they don't unlock animations, right? We already seen that when people had the idea that they were going to unlock animations and badges, that the polls were still 76 to like 24, right? It was uneven, right? And then we get to hear that the boosts don't unlock the animations, and that's going to make everybody choose Elite because who just doesn't want a free shooting boost if it's not going to actually be in game, and we're going to like decide based off of that. So, what can 2K do? Or what should 2K do to more balance that out? Because they gotta make a move. Because if everybody chooses one affiliation, then Rival Day is just going to be one to Elite. Like it's just going to be that easy.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen Ja Loki. He came out with the perfect idea. Basically, what he said was switch the I think it was basically switch the two around. So like, hold on, let me go to Ja's exact tweet. But like, it was basically like the perfect compromise, bro. Because at this point, like what it's looking like people they gonna just choose wherever the shooting boost at, bro. Whichever one gives the shooting boost, that's where people are going. Like people, they don't care about like the defense. Yeah, okay, defense is cool, shooting is cool, but it's the fact that shooting and defense is together. So if you like break it up and kind of like give one the best one and one the worst one, like I think that's the only way to really even it out for real.
I mean, but you also have to think about it like this, right? So we can look at it from any point, but the biggest issue is that defense stands alone because shooting is offensive, playmaking is offensive, and finishing is offensive. So the reason why it is the way it is, why it feels so lopsided and everybody's going to go where shooting is, and defense just feels like it's not there, is because wherever shooting is, everyone's going to go regardless. So if Rod shooting boost, everybody would go to Roz, like you say. So really, it doesn't matter what it is if everybody's only going to go for that one thing. Me, for instance, I'm going to Elite for the defensive boost, not the shooting boost. My build won't be able to shoot. I'm going to say it here first. I'm going to be ass from the 3. Don't guard me. Stand in the paint because I can't shoot. But that just comes down to like how you want your player to play. You see what I'm saying? So like literally, the heat check thing. If you after knocking down some outside shots and you're able to, you know what I'm saying, get that heat check thing and you got finishing and playmaking, that's insane. But there's also a thing to it whereas though every playmaker out there that is a shot creator that has no defense are going to get defensive boosts for not doing anything defensively, but they won't be able to get the two-way tenacity because guess what? They can't play defense unless they get like a crazy fluke, a bump, or you know what I mean, something like that. They'll never proc two-way tenacity because it's driven off of defense first. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I agree
And
with you
there's
100% on that, Pod.
and yeah, it's but like when you give shooting and defense,
Yeah,
you break
actually,
it.
I feel
Like
that.
you
I
can't.
actually feel what he's
I
saying
feel
there.
like defense needs to be given to Rise. We could probably take on the finishing or like playmaking and defense sounds like a good boost to have if you're a Rise affiliation, but playmaking and finishing, rather, that might not be sought after, right?
Why not?
Um,
They influence with each other. For instance, right? Let me break it down to y'all like this from a like gameplay standpoint. If someone out there has an ISO build and they have playmaking and finishing boosts, and they have bulldozer and they have physical handles, they are in their premier affiliation as a big ISO build. They are where they want to be. But if that same playmaking and finishing build somehow has shooting to it too, like whatever you sacrifice for it, and you start knocking down outside shots, you get a hot ass hand, and then you just start going absolutely crazy because that's the way the gameplay has to go when you look at it from that standpoint. When you are a defensive player, when you look at the defensive boost and the shooting boost, you start to think hash lock. You start to think somebody that can lock people down on the perimeter, get a steal, maybe get a lane steal or whatever, and then on the other side of the court can now shoot. But remember, these are defensive players getting these two-way tenacity gameplay boosts. They are not the ball handler, most likely. You feel what I'm saying? They're not the person that's handling the ball for 23 seconds out of the shot clock. That's your lock that just got that boost. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm scared of like I'm scared to see what the sharp locks like. I'm scared to see what they gonna do this year because I just know like that's perfect for them. Like as far as like the sharp locks, the lockdowns, like bro, those
Oh, they finna go crazy.
and like just doing strictly that. They like playing defense and going to the straight to the corner and just shooting out the corner. They're
Yep.
going to pick elite
Yep.
because that's literally their build. Shooting and defense, that's their build.
Yep.
So like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It just comes down to wherever shooting is at, that's where people gonna go regardless, bro. Like that's just it, bro.
I feel like defense is making it even more one sided though because like no offense to the two-way tenacity badge, like that's needed for wherever defense is at, but there has like I feel like a lot of people are intrigued by defense and like play. I say defense and playmaking got to be together because those are like 2 and 3, right? We all know shooting's the best, and we all know finishing is the worst. It's got to be balanced somehow. And they in 2K, not even that job making the poll. I feel like 2K needs to make some kind of poll so we can vote on it. Like even because Jaws polls is like it's 50-50. It's pretty much even, and people and that's what 2K should be doing instead of like us. We need because it's pretty lopsided. We already see it's lopsided, and there needs to be a change before the game comes out.
I mean, so look, check this out, right? When we say things are lopsided, right? All right, so look, how can I explain it? All right, boom, got you. So the heat check, right? The heat check is supposed to allow a person to have a hot hand after knocking down outside shots, right?
Yeah, and that
Mm-hmm.
deals with shooting, right?
Now, boom, check this out, right? That's for outside shots. The boost that they give you is for finishing and playmaking. So they're giving you 3 offensive boosts because it's giving you a hotter hand by hitting outside shots. So they're saying if you go to Roz, you have to be focused all on offense. You feel what I'm saying? Because on
But
the Elite side, you got to play some D. If you a playmaking shot creator on Elite, you got to play. How you gonna get your two-way tenacity? You got to play D. That's the only way to get it to prop. You gotta play defense. So like for people that say like, yo, only people only gonna go there for shooting boosts, I understand that. But at the same time, how valuable is two-way tenacity? Because two-way tenacity only that you earn yourself a boost for the next possession. And then with heat check gameplay, it says, you get rewarded for, having a hot hand on the perimeter by knocking down. even hotter hand results. So that means the person who is on Rise, all they got to do is play offense. And if their heat check will proc way faster than
That's what made it broke it for me. Like, cause me, like, obviously I know I'm gonna be on my guard. So I know them playmaking, I'm already gonna get that playmaking. On top of that playmaking, I'm getting that hot hand. Yeah, I'm going Rise off rip.
But that's when I see that maybe the like, not to make it even more broken, but like Elite gets the hot hand because it deals with perimeter shots, like making shots, right? And we get finishing. We take on the bad area of finishing, right? Like how Jaws Poe said. And then if y'all got playmaking and defense with the two-way, it would kind of make more sense, right? I mean, I'm not saying that that's what y'all want. I'm just saying it's just a way to more balance it because people are going to come over here to Elite just for the sole part of defense. People are going to make inside centers and they just want to be boosted on defense. They don't really care about no playmaking or finishing. Defense is like as a whole is another big factor that plays in the 2K, and a lot of people are going to go to Elite for it.
Yep.
So I feel like that if maybe the shooting boost got the heat check but took on finishing, and two-way whatever was with the defense, because two-way has to stick with defense, that'd be better.
I think
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's hard.
I think it'll definitely come down to those because I'm gonna be honest with you. Day one of NBA 2K24, everybody will be playing the game like it's 23. Everybody, until they see what their build can actually do out there, they're gonna play it like 23. So when the game starts, you're gonna have a playmaking shot creator type build, or you know what I mean, whatever that deep three, whatever build that is, that Steph Curry build. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see a lock. You're not sure if your lock gonna be physical or if it's gonna be a shooter, and you're gonna have like a 6'9" or 6'10" build out there at the park, right? When they play, they're gonna play it just like they did 23. They're gonna try to have the guard isolate to see if he can hit his fades or not, if he can get his timing. If he can't get his timing and he go cold, the screens are gonna come, and then the back doors are gonna happen, and then they're just gonna literally play it like 23, bro. Instead of like involving everybody, and they gonna put the lock on ball, right? So that means that the person that's cold is gonna get backdoor for the whole game because he cold now. It's gonna play exactly like 23. So like when we talk about like the defensive boost, yeah, your guard is gonna have a defensive boost, but what is his ratings already?
Is it really gonna do that much of a difference?
Exactly, because we talking about +5 here. Like these are not game breaking, statistics for builds that are not already gonna have a lot of it.
That's facts.
Because again, these playmaker shot creator types, they're gonna have to sacrifice a ton. So even if you be like, yo, I don't even need steal because I could just have a high perimeter and stay with my guy. Well, guess what? Short arm. You every time you reach, you're out to play. that type of stuff is gonna happen. So like I feel like it's not really like overpowered in a sense. I just feel like we gotta really see how the game is gonna play because we're going off of 23's mentality of how we play the video game. It's that you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Do not put a guard on me in that corner. Like I've been telling you all these spaces for a week now. Do not put the smaller guard on me in that corner. I'm going to move him every single time. I'm going to move him. Like and then the worst part is I don't even know if I'm able to get like stuff like fast twitch or whatever the case may be, but I know for sure if I cut and then I tap L2 to like get that post catch real quick, that guard in the paint that don't have nothing interior is dead in the water. Do not put him on me. They might really want to go guard on guard type shit because I'm telling you, I'm bulldozing whoever is in that corner with me, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. That's facts. I could low key see that
I
this
believe
year.
that.
Like I can see that this year. I can
I
see
I had
guards guarding guards this year, bro.
I did say that earlier too, iPod, and that was the case of how I'm gonna make my build. I'm trying to whenever I touch the builder, I'm gonna find something that I like, but I'm trying to make like a guard like that's bigger and that can bulldoze the little guards because if in case, like I already told my teammates this year, if in case the small guard is to guard them, they're going to have a build that's going to bulldoze them and get them out the way. So if my guard can also bulldoze a little guard, then it's going to be a rough year for them. Because even if I do get a lock switched on me, I feel like that on my offense, my chemistry with my team is we're going to be able to still convert points. But if the guard can't score and we're all got defense, then it's going to be a tough time for that team on the other side.
That's true. Now we have Scary Hours had his hand up for quite a while. Go ahead, Scary Hours.
Yeah, no problem. Good questions and good answers. I guess mine was a little off topic, but you were just talking about it previously. Floor setters, or what was it called?
Yes, floor setters. What up?
Is that supposed to be like core badges, but like it can obviously move up only?
No, not core badges. It's more so a setting a floor. So basically just invert the words. It's setting the floor for your badge. So when the game drops, they're saying that every single badge that we are able to get, it should be bronze automatically, right? So that's when we grind out our bills and stuff. But floor setters is supposed to come into where as though, oh my God, I never want this badge to ever drop below this. And that's setting the floor. So when you set the floor, they can only do it for silver and gold for non-badges, right? So you get 9 silver, 9 gold. If you say to yourself, I never want what's a badge that might regress from you not using it? Limitless range. I never want limitless range to go below gold. All right, set it on the floor. It'll never go below gold. It can go to Hall of Fame if you can get it there, but it'll never go below gold. That's a floor setter for your badges.
Got it. Okay, yeah, that's pretty straightforward then. Yeah, that's my last question, really. So I'm gonna drop down, give somebody else a chance to come up here, but I appreciate y'all, obviously holding this again, and I'll see y'all in 4 days.
All right, Brody.
All right. Who was next? Let me actually get a couple other people up here. People as speakers now. All right. All right. Who wants to go first?
I got it. Whoa, what's good, John? I got a quick question. Check this
What's
out.
good?
How y'all feel about the starting 5? Y'all feel like that's gonna be a great way to progression towards your my player? You feel like basically the progression is gonna be as equal as like playing on a park or in pro-am or rec or anything?
Honestly, to me, I feel like it's gonna kind of be like how we used to have the old market and old gym and all that type of stuff. Whereas though, like, remember you used to play with the All-Stars against the All-Stars. I think it's gonna be a setting where as though like you just play up against another my player and y'all can got a call and y'all control that game like that. That's what I think is gonna come from it.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't see 2K making the rep equal, because then I could see people going in there and abusing that. Like, people would definitely figure out a way how to, like, let's say for instance, I load in there and I have my homie load in there and I have him basically, like, you feel me, or like on the auto counter or something, losing on purpose or something. Like, people will figure out some type of way, bro, to, that's just with games in general, bro. People figure out how to break the game and how to exploit the game. Like, bro, if you were to give people the equal amount of rep, you'll see a lot of people in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. I feel the same way for sure, but that's why I said I think it'll feel like more like those old ones, because I feel like it's not going to do much for your rep. Yeah.
Okay, I feel it. Hey, but check this out. Y'all don't see this happening? You load it up and you message Buddy and be like, hey, bro, shit, let me go off real quick. Let me get this badge. You know what I'm saying? We can both go off. Like, you'll see boosting happen up and a lot more.
Yes and no, simply because the AI are still there in the 5v5 setting. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like if 2K is real about, like, the way that the AI is
you talking
going,
about?
if you decide...
Yes. It's a boosting nest. That's what it's going to be.
You going into the starting 5 and saying, yo, buddy, let me go off, because every time he's not on you, a darn AI is going to be switched on to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I could definitely see that.
I ain't think about it like that.
I mean, yeah, I know you trying to finesse it, but be like that.
It's a few ways to think about it, but I do see it as being a nest for a place where you can go boost. I definitely see like you and your point guard homie walking in at the same time, 1, 2, 3, count it down, and let's boost.
Saying like I play pro-am, right? So where a lot of my IRLs, they just play with me in the rec, but I got a pro-am squad too. And I was kind of talking to a couple of my like casual friends and a couple of my friends that, play pro-am all year, you know what I'm saying? And from the consensus I got from them, and what I kind of feel too is like, besides like for your locks, you know what I'm saying, you get a boost offensively if you do something, if you go to elite, and then if you're a playmaker, if you hitting your outside shots, you get a finish. And basically for the ISO players, the offensive players, besides that, if it don't tie into the animations and the badges, what is it there for? You feel me? Like, I feel like it's kind of just there. Because everybody just going to either pick, I want to just have a little extra offense when I hit my shots, or I want to have a little bit extra defense for the little, I guess, the perk of the affiliation. But other than that, like, what is it there for if it's not, you know what I'm saying, for something extra towards your build that really count? You know what I'm saying?
I think the way I look at the boost, bro, I look at them like literal boosts. Like the boost that people was going to the store and buying, shooting boosts, playmaking boosts, like them is how I look at them. Like, I don't know if you know, but boosts used to actually matter. Like, they not even actually used to. They still do matter.
Yeah, like
in
they
23,
give you like a +5 to everything. So is it just like another extra like +5? Because when you really think about it, like, I mean,
they haven't gave us an exact number yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if the boost is 5, just because if you go buy boost, that's the normal amount of boost you would get. Like, I don't see them giving us like an odd number of boosts, like 3 or 2. Like, I think if they're gonna give us boost, they're gonna give us boost. Like, you feel me? We gonna give y'all actual boost. Here's y'all permanent boost. And then I think we still will have the option to go buy boost if we want to.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm just like, what's the like consensus? Like, do y'all feel like it's necessary? Because after seeing it doesn't really mess with your annies or your badges, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, we buy boosts already anyway. We buy layup dunk boosts. So it's like, you feel me? Like, like, you feel me?
What if hold on, ooh, you just might have lit the pot real quick. Hold on.
It might depend on ratings.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Big Unk might have just lit the pot low key. Hold
like,
on.
What if one group, you know what I'm saying? I asked,
what if you don't got buy a defensive boost no more?
Yeah, like, ain't no point.
What if you ain't got to buy a shooting boost no more?
Hey, if you ain't got to buy a shooting boost, man, I'm all for it. But that shit used to take all my.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna stack, bro. It usually stacks.
It has to.
But if it stacks, it'll be even more crazier.
Yeah, you never miss, bro.
On me.
If you're giving me the option to stack my badges on top of picking an affiliation, I'm gonna do both. I'm not gonna pick between the two.
That is a fact. Cause what if, like, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't see them taking that option of letting us go buy boosts out. Like, even though we getting that affiliation boost, I just don't see them taking that out as an option.
Nah, that's just more VC for them, bro.
And you know,
Exactly.
get their bread.
Exactly. So, like, bro, that stack would be crazy. That 5 + 5, that's a 10%. Like,
2K.
That's why it goes back to it can't be a +5. It's not gonna be right, bro.
But
bro,
look,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's not. I think y'all overthinking it. It's really not gonna be as bad as you think, bro. Like it's not nothing. This isn't something like y'all overthinking it. I mean, like, not for nothing. Like, they've done this before, bro, and it wasn't really that bad, bro.
in 2K16 they had it.
We've had affiliation with Boost before, bro, and we've still bought.
Yeah, bro. Listen, my 3 been on 103 rating for a minute now, bro. I'm good, bro. Give me 113 rating, bro. I'm about to.
Listen. And Mike did say, bro, whose mic is that? That sounds crazy. Mike did say that, you know, like, you can go over 99 this year.
He did.
I wonder how much further over
So
you
if
can go
that's
to,
the
though.
case, then it doesn't matter then.
Yo, your mic sound crazy, gang.
Huh?
Nah,
Oh, hey, Red, he did say that, and then think about the heat check on top of you, like your attributes getting boosted, your takeover. You know, if your takeover meter fills up, you get more attributes. That heat check shit might go
Bro,
crazy.
what I'm hearing is, bro, they giving a lot of people an opportunity, bro. If you not good at this game, like they're giving people opportunities, bro. They are. They giving you a hot check or heat check. They giving you a heat check badge. You getting defensive finishing, playmaking, shooting boost. What else are you really asking for at this point?
But I kind of want to touch on Red, just what he had hit on. He said we had it in 2K16, right? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? That was allowing pure plays to do their thing and things of that nature, of course, right? But what
I'm not speaking on. I'm speaking like, not even in that, bro. All I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but like, not even in that. We've had it like we had that for 4 years, bro. We had it for 4 years. So like, but all I was trying to say was like, yeah, it's a new year, but I'm just saying like, I think 2K knows what they're doing. Like, I trust 2K with what they're doing with that. You feel me? Like, and we're already limited. It's like I just read to y'all what Demi put up. Demi's tweets. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like if you're gonna specialize in two things, not saying like you might be decent, like I said, like, all right. So the last 2Ks, I don't know who's new, right? I don't know how long you guys been here, but like anyone who's played, I feel like if you've been in the community for a while, this isn't really nothing new. I feel like anyone new is probably shocking to, which I can agree because you're going from basically like being able to do everything you want to not to being like having like a minimum to what you can do, right? But if anyone remembers, even on let's just say 18 and 19, bro, we were dribbling with 92 dribbling and we had a 77-3. That's the same thing that happened like every game, bro. The most balanced game, which was 16, bro. Even on 16, it was balanced. It was worse than that. I think we had like a 90 dribble. We would use boost, and I think we had like a 75-3. So it's like I'm not really like I
Even
don't
in
really.
17 too.
Yeah,
Even in
that's what I'm saying.
17.
Exactly. We were using a 6'8" forward. Remember that? So like,
6'10 too.
I don't know the 6'10". I don't know. I never seen no one use a 6'10", but the 6'8" was. But like I said, like my point is like my point is that like I feel like I'm confident in 2K with the boost, bro. They know what they're doing with it. Like I feel like they know what they're doing, and if anything, like I wouldn't complain or think it's that much, because if you're gonna excel at two things and be below average or average at the other two, you would at least want to make sure that you're really like that in them two categories. You feel me?
That's facts. Like
Yup, that's a fact.
I don't think they would make. I don't think. Like I feel like they at the point now where they understand what's game breaking and what's not game breaking. So I don't think they will put something in the game intentionally, at least, that they know will be game breaking.
And then
The
they'd
thing
have to
about it is,
refix it anyway.
I feel like that's the point of the point of like, what they did with the balance and like, game breaking is when game breaking will literally be like, if some listen like, that's why I feel like the skill gap is going to be really big this year. But game breaking is like when you can do everything. That's when it's game breaking, bro. Like when you could like when someone can do anything they want and everything they want, bro. It's kind of hard to be game breaking because even if like let's just say you're playing a guard, right? Or a center. Let's just say you're playing a guard that's elite, right? He's frying you. He could shoot, he could dribble, but you know what? His dribble, he don't got no defense now. So when you flip that ball to the other side, attack him. Give the ball to whoever he is guarding. You get what I mean? And then like vice versa, like it comes down to any scenario. You get what I'm saying? Like, like basically let's just say let's flip the roles, right? If someone's on if someone's a good defender but can't shoot, right? They can play good defense and they can rebound, but their shooting it's like, yo, keep the ball away from him. Don't let him guard nobody. But when they get on the offensive side, yo, leave him open. Let him shoot. You get what I'm saying? So like, there's a consequence, regardless of how much boost there is. There's a consequence for every single build that you're gonna make. No matter what build we make, we're gonna have flaws in every build. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's why I said don't think about it too much because it's all gonna balance out with how they made the build system.
Yeah, everyone not gonna be able to do everything again. That's
Yeah,
that.
like I feel like I wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily worried about it per se. I was saying like, what's the point of it? But I see a lot of people in the community think that if they did touch your animations or badges, it would break the game. But how balanced the builder is, would it really truly break the game though?
I think
I don't. Listen. I don't personally. It depends. It depends. Like that's something like for next year, maybe people could look. They could look into it, whatever. Where they could look at it. It's so hard. Like me personally, what 2K would have to literally do, right? If they want to install this in the future, they would literally have to, basically bring a couple people out. Like they did for community day, they had to bring people out. Let them try to mess with the builder for a couple of days. Not even a couple of days. Like 'cause I think when we went, when I went for 22, we had like I want to say last year I think we had like I want to say 6 hours or 8 hours. I forgot what it was, but like but the thing about it is you're so like locked in. I feel like if it's literally like was like how can I put it? If it was on some like straight locked in, because don't get me wrong, like when you're there, it's like if us imagine you like imagine all of us gaming, right? We're all gamers, we're all cool. Imagine all of us being cool and we're in the same room. Like eventually you feel me, you're gonna want to bust it up, chill, because you chilling with people that you never get to see. Like it's like a once in a lifetime thing. You feel me? So you kind of get caught up. So like even though we were in a builder, we definitely wanted to kick it. Like you're like, yo, let's go, let's chill. You know what I mean? So you're chilling and you're vibing at the same time. So you're not spending all that time on a builder. Now don't get me wrong, there are people who will sit there on that builder. Like I don't care who here, bro. I'm gonna lock in and you know what I mean? So that's why there's like Joe Knows locked into that, and a few other people locked into it. So my thing is like I would say they'd have to bring a couple people out who are really good at breaking builds or really good at doing builds, and you know, um, to balance it out to where it would, because someone brought something up to me. I think they said a 6'6" point guard could get like a 93 ball handle or something like that, or it was something like that, or like I forgot what it was. And someone was talking about the other day where like if it doesn't unlock badges, it would be a 96, so they would be able to speed boost or like use the best dribble six. There's just so much to it, man, and you gotta like you could think about it. I don't, but like I said, I would be okay with it. Me personally, I would be okay with the. Like I said, everyone's not gonna agree with me. A lot of people don't care. Like a lot of people don't really care. People are like, I don't care if they do add it or they don't add it. That's everyone has a different thing. But me personally, if you're gonna be good at two things, I would want to excel at those two things at the highest level that I could. So I wouldn't have minded if they added the attribute, the +3 or whatever, because what the +3 was doing or whatever, like, I ain't gonna lie, Stats said it earlier. Stats had tweeted earlier, like, like what that was doing was it was balancing out, like, okay, like that one kid that came in here earlier. I remember when he came in here, he's like, what's up with the game? Like, what's new with the game? Like, don't get me wrong, we got the feedback on Twitter for the percentage, but think about all the people who don't even know a lot about 2K, or they don't have a Twitter, you know what I mean, to vote or stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So like, you never know how that could have played out. So I feel like if anything with this, it kind of made people easier to be like, oh, I'm going to Elite. You feel me?
Hey, Red, I'm about to start inviting other people up. There any questions before I pull people?
Hey, did y'all see Grinding's John Moran build he just posted?
We can't hear again. We can take a quick look. Just link.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I actually I seen he posted it, but I didn't go watch it yet. But
I just
do
looked
see
at the
people saying
attributes,
that might
bro.
be the meta. People saying that might
This
be the
looks
meta.
crazy, dog.
But the only thing
I don't know how to link
I'm not
it.
sure about,
Just pull it up on this channel. I don't know how to link it.
the only thing I'm not sure about is I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk, like
There's no defense.
not having Hall of Fame speed booster, bro. I don't know.
But I don't know. That shit kind of looks dangerous, though.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I seen that build. It just has no defense at all. So if you
hold on, wait. Let me see.
Yeah, that motherfucker do look crazy though.
It does.
Wow.
Who posted it?
Grinding.
It's basically a John Morant build. You feel me?
4 minutes.
Hey,
Yeah.
iPod, I got a question for you, right?
What's up?
It's nothing crazy, but what day this week? I don't know how 2K did it this year, but when do you think someone's gonna? When do you? Every year it happens, so I'll be surprised if it didn't happen this year. When do y'all think? Y'all think Monday or y'all think Tuesday? People gonna start streaming 24?
I honestly don't. I'm kind of like in on this screenshot. Let me just tell the people. Matter of fact, Twitch. Let me put it up on screen too. I got y'all. I know y'all probably like, bro, we tired of looking at the space. Hold on. All right, so this is the build he's talking about, chat. Y'all can look at that on Twitch. All right, so Pete, the first thing that I noticed with this build is that it is super, super high in dribbling. So it's more of like I want to isolate and I want to score any way I want to, and I'd be damned if I pass the ball to anybody else, right? The free throw, I don't know why the free throw is so high. Maybe because you might even try to take this build to the wreck. I don't know why you would, but I just feel like you might as well just not go with no perimeter defense, no defensive rebound unless that was tied to the acceleration. It has a 45 strength. It's a great build for doing everything offensively except passing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wish Demi would talk in here, but this is that whole down bad scenario, right? So he's saying like if you really want to be good at two things, be good at them. So for instance, right, he got a 50 close shot and a 75 driving lay. Like I know his driving lay is probably tied to the driving dunk, but you can't shoot a mid range at all. So every time you come into the paint, you have to dunk it.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad, bro.
Oh, what's good, Demi?
What's up?
What's the word, Demi?
I had some
Now,
stuff going on in the background. What
What's
what
good?
you needed?
We're looking at Grindin's video of Grindin's build, but
Uh-huh.
that shit look crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
All right.
He just
What
put
you
it up
got
on
to say about it, Demi?
Okay.
I want to hear this.
I'm gonna put it up on the I'm gonna put it
No,
up
I
in
see
the
it.
space.
Oh, you see it? All right, go crazy.
Uh-huh.
But iPod
What's the question?
No, he was go ahead. iPod got you.
Yeah, so basically I was just talking about your previous tweet when you were like, yo, if you really want to be good at something, you got to sacrifice a lot. Like, tell us what is good and bad about this build that you see here on screen with the 6'2".
Well, I mean, this definitely has to be what a pro-am. Like I keep going
honestly,
in and out,
I
but yeah,
don't.
it definitely has to be like a pro-am or maybe like a rec where people play. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
People
I
keep
hear
calling
you
me,
now.
man. But what I'm saying is, it got to be a specialized build, man. Like where people are either going to be in the stays or like maybe the rec or pro-am. Like I don't see this being like a real versatile like park build if you're talking about that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it definitely can function. But I just don't know if it's going to be what he's thinking it's going to be, because even though you do have a high driving dunk as a slasher, I just don't see how you're going to get to the paint like that. I don't.
What's your thoughts about the pass accuracy, Demi?
You're going to have to do pick and roll with this, which is kind of weird to say because it's because you have. Hold on real quick.
You got 100 phone calls. That boy.
That boy.
Yeah.
Demi's important, bro.
Demi the president.
Yeah, my bad.
Nah, it's
And
annoying
I'm
'cause I
getting
ain't
all
gonna
these
lie,
notifications. What I'm saying is that
You good, bro.
you can look at it from different ways, right? So you can look at it and be like, hey, okay, this build get a high driving dunk. It sounds all good and mighty, but with the strength being so low, you're limited on your posterizer badges that you have. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you have no defense on it. So what this build can do is going to be able to dribble, is going to be able to shoot that three, but it's definitely, when you come against a good lock, you're definitely going to need the pick and roll. You're going to need something to set screens for it.
Yeah.
Like just from looking at it, bro, I feel like it's just you just taking too many losses. You
Does that
take
make
more
sense?
losses than you are W's with this build, bro.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'd
Appreciate
like
it,
to
Demi.
say something about this build.
Go
So
crazy.
here's the thing, and I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm not sure
There's
you
nothing
guys
more powerful
have
than you.
played enough Park to know this one specific thing. When you're playing against 90% of the people that play in Park, I would say a good 90% of them don't know how to guard somebody in space. So you're saying that you won't be able to drive on that build necessarily, and I disagree, because if you have a high ball handle and you actually know how to create space for yourself, that build will have zero problem getting to the paint. Zero.
But you gotta remember, you do gotta take into account this is 2K24, a defensive game.
And I get that.
So it
I
might
totally
not
get
be
that.
just based off ball handling.
But what I'm
It
saying
might
is
not
it's
just be
about
where you can just
space.
run around and get
It's
a bucket.
about, so my point was it's about creating space. It's about not letting the lot touch you, right? Because if you guys remember how, was it 2K22 where you couldn't let the guy get anywhere near you for like the first couple of weeks because the steals were crazy? Where it's basically like that. And as a guy who plays a lot of Park, I adjusted to that by just not letting the lockdown come in contact with me, period. And if I can do that, I know there's a
Um,
lot of people that are going to be able to do the same thing.
bro, I'm okay. gonna keep it a
I
buck.
think. Well, I
So
was gonna
DJ,
say this part. I'm gonna say this though. With the way that, let's just keep it a stack. Lockdowns are gonna be pretty tough in the beginning, and it's not because everybody's gonna assume they're overpowered, but it's not. It's gonna be because a lot of dribblers are gonna have to figure out their SIGs. They're gonna have to get their badges up. They're gonna have to figure out things. But lockdowns by themselves, just by default, by making their build and having a really good strength, what's going to happen is you're going to see them getting more bumps, and your drilling bars are going to be dropping. And then the first thing people are going to say is like, "Yo, like they're overpowered," but in reality, they're not. But what I would say is that from what I saw when I was playing, and this is what I'm saying. When we were playing, the little guards, speed booster was really great. But what happened is when you play with somebody that had quick feet, I felt like it was being negated. And I think that's where Fanta was getting at when he was like, yo, like, if they don't have quick stop, that's where I'm trying to get at to
he
where,
got a
like,
phone call.
I can't.
We can hear you now, Demi. It's just him saying
Yeah,
we
I
feel
know, man.
important.
I didn't get no call this time, man. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm saying is that the problem's going to be a lot of guards. If you want to ISO, you're probably going to want to have like precision handles, maybe get like bulldozer on silver. Like you're going to have to negate these locks, because if you think that you're just going to ISO and just have a quick lock, just be able to dribble and be quick, you're going to get bumped. Like you're going to get bumped, especially locks that are going to have quick feet. They're basically able to mirror you. And if you're not able to hit a really good fade,
From what?
or you're insistent, I've seen people do good, but it's not.
This build is rice. I mean, it's not rice, but it's too slow. It's really too slow to be a 6'2". Kind of slow. It's really kind of slow. What I'm seeing is really slow, yeah, for a 6'2". 82 speed. The 92 acceleration is great. .95 ball handle is fine. Pass ac is a little low. I don't know if he has to have 74 free throw and midi. I don't know if he has to have 99 stamina. Pretty sure that 80 vertical is necessary. I don't want to like it. I kind of like it. That's scary. But for a 6'2", it's not fast enough. Definitely not fast enough. It's going to contact dunk you out the gym. It's going to be a viable build, but you're going to need a little more speed on it. I'd like to see like a 92 speed with ball, a 90 speed with ball. I think if you take the finishing down on this build, you get something you can move with, because it has no defense, but it really doesn't need any. This year you're gonna have to sacrifice more for less, if that makes sense. I mean, it's just the way it's gonna have to happen. He's getting good badges. That 2-step is there, that spin cycle, aerial wizard. But those, I mean, I'm thinking bring those down, bring that posterizer down. You either take your shooting and your ball handling, or take your finishing and your defense, or your finishing and your ball handling. You're gonna have to sacrifice one or the other this year. You're not gonna have them both. I mean, at least not outrageous. It shoots really good. It dunks really good. It dribbles really good. It's just not fast enough. I don't think it's gonna be fast enough. But it's an okay looking build. I want to like it. I really want to like it. This is the closest actually that I've seen. But at 6'2", I think maybe you bring the weight down some. Maybe you bring the wingspan down a little. And you work out to the point where you pull that drive and dunk down, and you and you maybe you go up a little bit on the ball handle, but that speed with ball and that speed with ball and the acceleration can go up. I'm pretty sure that speed with ball definitely needs to go up. Pass act maybe needs to go up a little bit to be viable as an actual guard, a 6'2" guard. Because if you're gonna have to dot that corner, you're gonna need some more. You're gonna need some more pass. You're definitely gonna need some more pass. This year, I'm gonna call this rice. I'm gonna call this rice too. You put this in a bowl of rice and let it dry out because Ja's not doing that. Yeah, it's not it.
That's fearless finisher on bronze, like driving dunk, but it doesn't. It has bronze, like the bronze fearless finisher is all it will have.
Yeah, I mean you're right about that. Because nobody competitively, no comp player is gonna do that because they're gonna say, why would you put your dunk that high if you don't got gold posterizer, etc. You know what I mean? Like it'll be
Yeah, or the
pointless kind
finishing,
of.
like I
So,
said again, the finishing badges to actually, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like Papa said, it's just a good wow factor, whatever. But I
Look, I
think,
ain't
like I
gonna
said,
lie.
man,
I think
if you want
I
to,
think no, I was just gonna say I don't think guards, even with comp guards, I don't think they're gonna get away with as much as they've been used to unless something changes. Them having that low of defense, I would rather put it on. I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather put it on a little bit more on D just to get some type of off ball pass to stop these slashing locks that are gonna be able to be built out the corner because they can slash and shoot over them. They're a huge liability.
man. But you know how it is, though. Like the stage players, especially the comp stage, you know, they all run the same copy and paste stuff. So that
yeah.
little guard's going to sit in the corner against a peer lock that don't have no dunking, so they can't really go back door. So, like, they'll play the whole tradition.
Okay, this 6'3" joint looks a little more like it. This looks a little more close to damn near perfect. He has a 92 speed. The acceleration probably can come up some. He has a 91 speed with ball. That speed can come down some, and he can put that in the speed with ball and acceleration. The passing is hot. He came down on the dunking. It has a layup, a little bit of a layup. This might not be Rice. This might not be Rice, and that's if he doesn't need any strength. Yeah, this might be it. This 6'3" joint might be it. Take a picture of this and keep it. Take a picture of that and keep it in your lockbox. 6'3" guards. This might be something like your build. Might be close to what your build is gonna be. I'm not gonna call this Rice. I mean, I like this. He has the perimeter D up and just enough to get a little push. But this might be close to what you're gonna have to have. Mark my words, at 12:31 in the grinding video, I think he got close to it. Yeah, grinding might have the build, bro.
What line do you plan on running, Red? Like, you going to run with your small guard, right? Pick and roll?
I'm gonna run with a small, but listen, I love defense though. I love having D. Like last year, I had
You're
80
not
still
doing
on my
that.
build.
Don't even say you're going to do that, bro. You're not doing that. So you're going to run with your small guard, pick and roll, right? You have your
Inside
inside,
center.
and then you have your peer lock sitting in the corner. Like, that's just what it is. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's going to do
Yeah,
that.
that's
And then
what
you'll
it
get
is.
somebody,
Right.
people like, I guarantee you, I mean, you'll get other people that'll be different. Like, we know that. Like, Nike, he'll probably have a bigger guard. Like, you know, he'll be more of a slasher. You might get somebody that might want to run, to run the primary ball handler and be a defensive player, but I just don't see the 3 ball being high enough to get that. Because when people find out what these bases are for these low mid-70 shots, they're gonna be like, bro, no way. Like, I'm surprised no one really spoke on it because we couldn't equip them and know. But if you look at the builds that were made, they were equipped with the bases of those players, and you can see the higher 3 ball that a person had, their jump shots look so smooth, right? Or like you be sitting in the corner and they move you 6 feet in, you know, like it's shooting from your neck. So I feel like at the end of the day, guards are still going to have a high 3 ball. They're not going to have deep. Now we're talking about this in the stage, right? But I feel like any build in the park, you can play with anything. Like anything in the park.
Facts,
And I
facts.
feel
I feel
like
that
that's
too.
where you'll see the
That,
diversity because, you know, everybody's quick to jump on like you need this and that. But like I saw a Laker fan talking about what he was going to run with, kind of similar to how I want to run with, like how I wanted to run.
what do you want to run? What do you want to run?
For me, I'm going with a bigger slasher. I'm going bigger slasher, and then I'm gonna have a two-way setting off ball screens by ISO. So that's different, but it's like that's kind of like the 19 vibes with all ball screens. All ball screens are really,
That's
really good.
that throwdown vibe. That's what throwdown
Yeah,
is.
I
Okay.
could
Yeah,
I
but
could see
are
that.
we
I could
seeing
see
guards
that.
bro.
go
I'm telling you,
50?
listen. If when y'all think to tap in the R2 for the breakaway for a guard, it's the same thing for setting off balls. They're gonna be so crazy. Now, I know people gonna think about stretches in 19. It's not gonna be like that because they're not gonna be as quick. But if somebody makes a decent two-way sharp, that can get some gold badges, and you get a nice big body off ball screen with a slasher ISOing, like it can be different. But I feel like
I think you might have got another call.
Nah, everybody just got muted.
Why did everybody get muted? What's going on?
I
You
don't know.
muted
He got an
everybody, my
audio.
guy, or somebody
That
muted
boy
everybody on
iPod trolling
accident.
is.
No,
Yeah,
I swear to God.
somebody
What's
muted
up?
everybody on accident. It's crazy.
You don't want to hear Demi speak.
Go ahead,
yeah,
Demi.
man,
Go
I
ahead,
want him
Demi.
to speak. But I'm just saying though, that's off ball screens are going to be pretty good this year. Again, what I'm saying is that people. Hold on, quick, because he just hit me to.
Yes, I did.
All right, yeah. What I'm saying is that people like that's another form that people can utilize this year. That I think the quicker that people pick that up, they might enjoy that more and realize that when I said that you don't have to have three ball handlers, you don't have to have three ball handlers on the court. Like you can really get away with just setting off ball screens and coming down with a slasher with a low ball handle. Because the thing is, when you have a low ball handle, you can still get percentage handles on Hall of Fame, and you can still be able to get bulldozer on Hall of Fame. So you could be a guard going down and have absolutely no worries of going down the court with a lockdown on you. When I say no worries, I mean you can't be done, but precision handles Hall of Fame is a really good badge to have for somebody that's a smaller guard that needs to have on Hall of Fame. If you get what I'm saying.
Do you feel like? Excuse me. Do you feel like the layups are definitely because like me personally, right? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even think about dunking. I thought about going scoop layups. I thought about scoop. I'm like,
Listen,
I don't know
man.
because I'm gonna get my six.
Boom can attest. I don't know who else is in here that went there. I see T Time in here. Layups were like layups were greening all day, every day. Like the layup meter is so like me. I just felt like
It's
people
forgiving.
layups all day. Now I the dev team really wanted to make sure that was viable this year because a lot of people, was just like, yo, if you don't have a driving dunk, you're not good. You know what I'm saying? So this
You know what's
year,
crazy too?
to be able to have that, listen, and again, even myself, I'm nervous, right? To think about making a build with no driving dunk. But boom, I mean, T-Time, y'all listen, am I lying? People were doing layups
Bro,
and
I'm
they were just
literally
going
my
in,
first
like they were
build is
going
gonna
in.
be that Curry. I'm gonna make a Curry build, and I swear to God, I'm having 92 plus layup, bro.
Let me
That
tell you.
meter is.
Bro,
Yeah,
But let me tell you
the
why
layups go
though.
in, man.
Like even too with even if you don't have if you have a higher driving dunk and like a 70 something 80 something layups, those like two stepper and precision layup and scoop, like all of the layup badges, you get Hall of Fame or gold really really easy.
Bro, you
And-
don't even have to time
right,
it.
and
Like
that's
you
what I'm
don't have
saying.
to
It's
time
gonna
it.
be so cheesy to like
I love that. I love
it's
that.
I
gonna
was literally sitting there with Wolf.
I'm
He was
trying not
like,
to
"You
say
can
OP
literally
and I'm
just
trying not to
flick
say
the stick
cheesy
and
and glitzy
it's
and all
going
that. But
in."
what I'm saying is that you really, if you watching some of the videos, like I know I did a video on just the whole thing was just on layups, just trying to show like when you go for a layup, the whole damn meter is green. Like there's no way you can miss it. Like I literally intentionally just hold it, don't even let go. It goes up all the way down. If it's a wide open layup, even if, and when I say wide open, I know people was looking at Fanta when he shot that mid range from the elbow and there was someone behind him and one person jumped. If your hand is not where the ball's at, it's going to be considered open, right?
Yeah.
So you can go in for a layup, and if someone misjumps it, even though they're there, but if when he goes in for a layup and there's no hand there, it's going to say open, and the whole damn meter is green. Like so, it gives you this whole sense of like, well, dang, everything goes in, but a lot of people expect a dunk, so the timing of it just throws it off. So I feel like people could really get away with it, because you can literally get a full green bar and not miss every single time going for a layup. And you know, you get the what's it called, the badge, where you can get the boost for your layups and stuff. What's it called?
You
It's
talking
a
about
badge from
Pro
last
Touch?
year.
Yep, perfect.
Pro Touch,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pro
But
Pro
Touch.
even
Touch,
too
yeah.
with that,
Yep.
it's the defense as well. A lot of people are so used to playing hands up defense that they don't know that there's a body in hand
Yeah, that ain't
contest.
gonna work.
Like that's why I said I
Yeah.
have a good example of it on my gameplay video where you'll see like Shaq's whole meter is green, and then as the defender moves, that's where his green window fluctuates. So the skill really
Yeah.
this year is going to be, especially for paint defenders, you knowing when to jump, because a lot of times if you don't, you're not in position to actually contest the shot at all.
And that makes me nervous because I feel like a lot of people are gonna think that the defense, oh my God, interior defense is you know, like it's bad, like, you know, but it's really not. Like I feel like the old way of just sitting there with your hands up and thinking you're gonna get a contest is not gonna happen. If the person's jumping up to the rim and you're just standing there with your hands up, any NBA player is gonna hit that shot. Like they're not gonna see it. Like you do need to jump unless you are a bigger build and you catch them in the middle of a Euro or something like that. You can get that initial contest because it's a 2 contest system. And that's where, again, that's another thing. It's like the first contest you get is when you're trying to gather. And that usually where a lot of people can, if they're not a slasher, like again, like I said, a smaller guard that goes in there. If a center's in there in that paint and you start to gather for the layup, you probably gonna get knocked and then the ball's just gonna fall. That's where you need to have all those gathering finishing badges. Either, you know, like I said, 2-step, all those badges that they
Do
have.
not
Like,
sleep on Acrobat either. Do
yeah,
not sleep
Acrobat. I
on
mean, all these badges are
Acrobat.
gonna help you on that first initial gathering. But if once you get past that, then that's gonna be the next contest system, which is actually the ball in the air and then where the defender's at with his hand. So you got 2 ways to try to stop somebody going to the basket.
Yeah,
But
that's so lit. That's why, bro. That's why, like, I'm glad I gotta answer that question because, like, my whole thing was like, I don't mind if I don't dunk because when Fano came in, he was talking to us, right? He was telling us how like Wolf was doing like hop steps and layups and floaters, and we used to be able to do that, but it was so like people were so mad they couldn't stop it because, like, you know, that's when we had Jamal Crawford. So, you know, Jamal Crawford's behind the back, bro.
yeah,
People would just do that shit all day, and you could not stop it, bro. Like, you and
yeah,
to now, we're like when you try to do like I don't know if you ever tried to do a spin layup, and then you drop the ball every time you try to do a spin layup in the paint.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
So
because like you spin into somebody or
yeah,
something.
nah. Even when you're wide open, bro, it happens. But what's it called? So that's good to know because I really wanted to make a guard with a high layup before my first build. I wanted to go high layup, then before dunk.
Just
You know what I
test.
mean?
I'm telling. The best advice I give people is like, you know, to test it out before, like even if it's something like this, just casual, like quick play, and then just go on there and try and put on Hall of Fame and just try doing like floaters, Euro stuff. You're gonna see a big difference. You're like, dang, like, yo, you can really pull these things off. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like there is a fear. Even myself, anybody, like we're bred to know, like, yo, like if you ain't got a dunk, if you can't dunk, man, like, man, your build's just gonna be a huge liability. But in reality, it's easier to have a dunk, right? To not have a driving dunk and then have to be able to master scoop layups, Euro, teardrops, like this, to actually have to practice a whole different bag. It could be worrisome, right? Like, yo, like I don't really got time for that. But at the end of the day, think about it. If you can get away with not having a driving dunk, that gives you so much more advantage to put your attributes somewhere else.
Exactly my point, you know, and like, and especially even when like y'all see that builder, man. finding that threshold too is a big thing too because, you know, like when you find out, you know, every year you find out like the threshold, like, okay, you only need this, and to get, like, for instance, like the scoop layup or whatever. Like, I feel like if they say the scoop layup is a really good layup and it's hard to block, once people find that out, they're gonna find that threshold, remake their build to that threshold, and then go around that. Like it's like kind of how like what's it, Versace just said, like, you know, like when Grindr made that build, he went so ham on dunking, but if he would have tuned that down to like an 80, and then, you know, and moved everything else around, oh my gosh, he could have made that build something crazy.
Hey yo,
Yeah, I don't, or I think Zach LaVine is at 80.
Damn me.
Yo,
real quick. We got FMJ has had his hand up for quite a while. Hey FMJ, do you have any questions or something to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if the crabs are still good this year.
Dooms did. I was watching Dooms. He posted a clip yesterday. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna pin it in this in the room. But he did say the crabs feel more OP. Like they feel.
Nah, you can definitely still crab. It's still in the game.
Okay, so Demi, is it like well for you, Demi and Boom? So is it the crab like the crab that everybody was abusing this year, or is it like okay? So I don't know if you guys. Well, I don't know if you guys remember. I know Splash remembers. Splash, you remember in 2K19 when we literally had an actual crab? Like you could, if you got the defender behind you, you could hold L2, and he would really like Kyrie.
Oh, you talking about the CP3 one?
Like I mean I call it
Yeah,
Kyrie.
it's like you
could
hold
seal
them
the goal.
behind.
You could. I don't know why they took that out, but like that was so realistic. Like bro, you could seal the person behind you, and like so it made the game like fair. Like if you seal
Only
the
thing
person
I'll say
behind
is this: the crabs are good, but you're going like to sit there and try to spam it in crab. Like you know how like sometimes it's like, yo, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and just use Steve Francis. I'm just gonna keep on spamming, try to get in front of him, right? That ain't gonna happen no more because like
I
you're gonna
hope
get
Steve
bumped.
Francis. I don't even want Steve Francis to be OP.
Listen,
bro.
what I'm saying is that you're gonna get bumped. Like you're gonna like the lock is gonna bump you, and then you're not able to sit there and do that. But if you hit it quick, boom, boom, and like get them in front, and then once they're behind you, pull up, you can do that. But not sitting there and think like, yo, like because I can see a casual just be on a really good lockdown, and then you just sit there in one spot and just try to crab them. It's not gonna happen because you're gonna get bumped. And you're gonna lose some adrenaline bars.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the shot contest though. Is it still?
Nah, it's open.
Good?
Yeah, it's open. It's
Okay.
open. It's open. I know some people, me personally, I'm thinking like, yo, like how someone in front of me and they shoot it wide open, like I'm like I could just block it from behind. But that animation, like, it is what it is. But it's still wide open. It's not considered a contest. The shot's wide open.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
All right, let's go ahead and we got
They can't spam that Steve Francis no more.
I mean,
no, not in front of a lockdown.
Yeah, not in front of that. Not in
try
front
to
of that
crab
Locky.
or just.
I have a question. So you guys are saying that you can't spam Steve Francis,
but I am curious to see though. When the really good dribblers get a handle of these different SIGs and stuff, because I'm curious. I think that we had a lot of great dribblers at that tested out the game, and also were at Community Day, but I just feel like once everything was still limited, nobody was able to consistently have a build with their SIGs with Hall of Fame badges or gold consistently in those areas, because even if you get on like Kyrie, he's still limited on what he has, right? So I still think there is potential for individuals to still be able to, like, for instance, I didn't even know a build that had Speed Booster in Hall of Fame. Like, so I'm still trying to figure, like, you know what I mean? But I do know, like, Ja Morant, he had gold badges across the board, and his SIGs weren't the greatest, but they also weren't the worst. And I felt like, people were still able, well, even myself, I was still able to get separation and still be able to get to the cup and still be able to spin back to the three-point line, like just the basics. But Hall of Fame, that's still a mystery. And I think that's where we're really going to see where the meta trends, because if these Hall of Fame badges are as strong as they look on certain attributes, but I don't think anybody really knows what these dribbling Hall of Fame badges look like. You know what I'm saying?
Demi, speaking of Ja Morant, because what I said was, like
Ja got some crazy stuff, bro. I'm telling you, Ja stuff is. I like Ja's.
Listen, Ja had what I was explaining to everyone else was, right? Because the thing with dribbling is, right, like every dribbling move is like the reason why everyone uses Steve Francis was obviously because that's the only one you could run out of, right? And like that's why I even had made a quick video on Twitter I put the other day where it's like explaining like what the difference between a like burst out of a move is to the glitchy left right Steve Francis thing that everybody was doing. So what I was saying is like all the moves, I feel like that would bring a different versatility to the game if you could explode out of all the moves. Because like Trae Young, Darius Garland, there's so many good standing still size ups, but the only problem is you can't run out of them. And Ja Morant, he had the best running animation that I've seen out of a move. So I'm like, if you can do that move if they say that he has a dribble style, if you can do a signature size up and run out of it with like how Ja was exploding out of it, that would be perfectly fine. That would set the whole community different to where you wouldn't see everyone with the same thing. But I agree with his moves. His moves definitely look nice.
All right. We got a question from Mr. Glass, I believe. Was that a question from you?
Yeah. So my question was, you guys are saying that you can't spam Steve Francis, right? and you're saying that it's because you'll get bumped by a lot. So what you're saying is, if you're a small guard and you're in front of a block and you dribble near him, he's going to basically get an animation where he stops you from dribbling. Is it like a dribble pickup, or is it just you'll lose an adrenaline bar?
I don't hear him. Do y'all hear him?
Oh man,
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah, I hear him.
Dude, I stay with this bad connection, man.
Nah,
I
it
hear-
don't have
I
to,
hear-
it's the app. It's the app that me.
Y'all can hear me?
It's the
Yeah,
app.
Splash.
Glass, can you
Yeah, I
hear
hear
me?
you, bro.
I hear you.
Okay,
Flash,
so
but I don't hear
basically,
Flash.
I answer it. So basically, he asked, because y'all said the Steve Francis not gonna be able to be used. He said, okay, if you Steve Francis back and forth in front of a lock, are they gonna get an animation in which you just pick up the ball? So if they pick correctly, they're gonna get the animation. But other than that, I'm not gonna say you can still spam it. If you don't like find a way to run in them or touch them, you're probably still able to dribble around and dribble back and forth. But it's not gonna be as OD as it was this year, where like left, right,
Yeah.
left, right, left, right.
The funny thing is, I
type
see this
thing.
though, Splash, and I'll say to anybody, the big thing is that the lockdowns. There are gonna be so many different lockdowns, but I tell you what, the lockdowns that have Hall of Fame quick feet are gonna be ones that are gonna be very difficult to move left and right on. But the lockdowns that value block, that goes 6'8", and is capped out at an 82 speed and can't get quick feet, those are the ones that can be abused. I'm very weary, and I know I talked to Joe and we talked about that and some other guys. I was like, yo, like, you sacrifice block, right, and get like a lower block, but then be able to say like, yo, I can keep this guy on the perimeter. You know what I mean? And then if he goes to the cup, bonk it, I'll take the 2. So it's really about what you want. I know a lot of people are going, or again, just like we're talking about layup and dunk, a lot of people are worried about like, yo, like, should I have a block? I'm like, listen, if you want a lockdown and you try to get blocked and you try to get, I'm a type person I'm not going to be a lockdown and not have Hall of Fame clamps and glove and stuff like that. That's just the way I am. I don't see the purpose of going go. Like, I want to go all out. Like, I'm going to get my Hall of Fame badges. The question is going to be, if you go that route, you're probably only going to be able to get bronze anchor. And you might be able to get silver chase down. But the question that I'm asking is that a lot of people are still worried about having everything. What would y'all prefer y'all lockdown to have? The lockdown to be able to keep their guard at the perimeter, or a lockdown that has the ability to stop a block or chase down or something like that?
It depends on the game mode.
I was just going to say that.
But what I'm
It's
saying,
either-
though, we're talking.
It's the game
But see, that's
mode.
the thing.
It depends
5v5.
on the
We're
game
not talking about 5v5. We're talking about 3v3.
Oh, 3v3. I'm definitely want the guy. I don't care about the block. Just stop on the perimeter.
On the perimeter.
There you go. But I've seen people say like, "Yo, like this, you got to have block," and I'm like, bro, I don't think not in this game. But I'm sitting back because like I want to make my lockdown, but I want to wait because I want to see what the meta goes to, because I want to know how good these Hall of Fame dribblers are. If these dribblers, to me, I'm thinking with Speed Booster, I'm thinking that I want to make sure I have Hall of Fame, quick feet, because I feel like that is going to be the only way I'm gonna be able to offset somebody that gets Hall of Fame Speed Booster that really knows how to sig up. If you are because I'm gonna tell you right now, Speed Booster is still gonna allow people to go left, right. I don't care what anybody says. You're gonna be able to make that initial explosion out of your sig, go to the right, stop, tap R2, hit back to the left easily. Like, you're gonna be able to do that with Speed Booster. It's not gonna be a woulda, coulda.
Do you think there's an animation that's gonna let you do that? Because right now, like I said, we haven't seen one like this actually. Like,
you know what? I've seen people. Everybody's been playing, and people have done it, and then it's all about trying to go back and replicate it. I don't know.
Right.
I know. Everybody's done it a few times at Community Day and was like, yo. I was like, well, but he's like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? It's not going to take long for people to figure it out.
My question. Okay, so
Wolf gave Fana those SIGs while we were preparing for that rec tournament.
Man, y'all boys.
But the
cheating,
thing
man.
is, like, we couldn't equip them for the tournament, so like we really don't
Did
have
the red shit cut out?
Nah, I wasn't. They started talking. That's why. But I was gonna ask Demi, and Boom basically, and T-Tom basically, like, all right, so now I know what the defense, right? I remember Boom saying something about reach. And now listen, my thing is, okay, I get the what's it, fast feet, right? Fast feet or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how we were talking about like OP offense, OP defense. That's cool. My question is, if let's just say someone is a good defender and you have a good ball handler, you even matchup, right?
Now, will the person, let's just say, is it more of like whoever makes the wrong move is gonna win the battle, or is it like up for grabs? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
let's
it's
just
definitely whoever makes the right move wins the battle. The funny thing is, and I'm not gonna say funny because people are gonna get mad. A lot of when it comes to creators that are trying to get clips, I think they're gonna have some frustrations because when you're trying, a lot of people, a lot of guards, believe it or not, they get open, but then they're so much in a rhythm that
we
they
don't want to
lose
stop
that
dribbling.
opportunity. There you go. They over dribble. They lose that opportunity. I think in this 2K, again, we're talking about playing against good competitors. We're not talking about just going out there in randoms, playing with like Lil Timmy. We're talking about like if you're in the stage or you're in the park and you actually get another group of teams that come out there with the legit lockdowns, it's going to come to like, yo, like if you open, make something happen, because the bumps are extreme, but also I feel like the lockdowns are going to be really good. You know what I mean? There's ability now to actually stay with ball handlers. And that's why I was joking in the beginning, like a couple months ago, I was like, yo, it might be a lot of pick and roll, because I felt like, it's going to be those moments where you're just like, bro, like this dude's just, he just know me. He know what I'm trying to do. If you don't have a deep enough bag and a lockdown just knows like what you're trying to do, it's going to be very difficult to just use them same SIGs or same combinations to get open.
And that's the reason why I say, Demi, that's the reason why I say it's gonna be an inside
and
game.
that's the reason.
Off the pick and roll on the two.
That's also the reason why I explain, like, like I don't want the game to change like crazy or people to complain like that or whatever. And that's why I've been trying to like, speak about it. So like, hopefully it's on point by the time the game comes. Cause like I said, I want an OP offense and OP defense. I love the way this shit sounds. But if let's just say the offensive side is limited to, which I hope not, like I said, like from the standstill splash, who knows what I'm talking about, from a standstill position, if you can't use various, like say you can't use Trae Young, Darius Garland, De'Aaron Fox, if you can't explode or like put like, let's say Ja Morant's dribble style on them and run out of their signature size up, you're probably gonna see everyone use the same thing.